Live, refreshing the page. Come on, refresh. Show the stream. Can you guys see the stream? You guys can see the stream, right? Hopefully you guys can. Come on. There we go. Perfect. Alrighty, Nationers, welcome back to another live stream. I'm gonna go ahead and actually get the TikTok live stream going as well. Raiders versus Chiefs watch party. There we go. That's also correct. Raiders, because I spelled it wrong. And then let's go to watch parties. This one, I'm not gonna lie, might actually be one of the craziest watch parties if it does as well as I think it will. But with that being said, Nationers, it is great to see you guys in here. Jordan, I'm glad to hear that you are doing good yourself. I'm happy to hear that, by the way. I'm doing good. I'm watching the Rams-Jags game right now, and that game has been pretty good. I don't know why, but we always seem to just be watching all the Jags games, it seems like. And I genuinely have no clue why. We just do. Yeah, that game is in London, so that game's going on right now as we speak. Let me also connect to my TikTok chat so I can see everyone that joins in. And yeah, really excited for today's matchup, Nationers. It's going to be a huge one. It's going to be a big one. And it should not be one that I take for granted. Hopefully we don't take for granted as a team. Seems like the Jaguars are in the red zone here. Are they going to be able? Nope, going to get tackled short. Let's go here, Nationers. I'm just going to do Raiders versus Chiefs watch party. Perfect. Then I will link that right there. And booyah! Hopefully that goes out to the Nationers on the Discord. Perfect. But yeah, as of right now, just tuning into the Rams-Jags game. Trevor Lawrence, he's been sacked so many times today. He just got sacked again. That's crazy. I have watched so many sacks today on him. It's actually nuts. I don't know how it continues to happen. I don't know what's going on with this line. I don't know if it's just like the blitzes and it's just like very smart blitzes, but this line has been abysmal today for the Jags. Understandably so. They're down like 28 points right now. However, Kendall, what is good? Welcome back. Great to see you in here. I hope that you're doing well. Is it TikTok live up? Am I live on TikTok right now? I need to check. I need to check if I'm live on TikTok here really fast because I feel like I'm not. Let's go there. Let's go here. Did they take away my privileges? I'm not live. What do you mean? Huh? Yeah, I'm not even live. Okay, hold on. Let's end that. Let's try and reconnect this maybe. Because I'm not even live on TikTok right now. So, wait, connect. Wait, hold on. What? I wasn't even live. It didn't even show up. Watch parties. There we go. We'll do that. And then, yeah, are we live now? Are we live now? Let's find out. Come on, keep refreshing. Keep refreshing. That's so weird. Ineligible for live streaming, but it should at least go through, right? No, what is good, Gabs? Welcome in. Kendall, I'm glad to hear that you're doing good. I am doing well myself. I'm just trying to figure out why I'm not going live on TikTok right now. Oh, no, please. I need this thing to actually work. I'm not going to lie. I need this thing to actually work. I could set up like my TikTok live studio really fast and that could work. But yes, guys, my weekend's been good. Yesterday was a pretty filled day. I'm not going to lie. It was a pretty filled day recording the podcast. I went golfing with my dad. But it was a good day nonetheless. I need to figure out why this is not working. Why are you not going? Hold on. Well, it says I'm ineligible, but it usually sometimes says that and it still works. So let's see. I don't know. But how was your weekend? I know that you spent the night at your friend's house, at least on Friday, Saturday, it looked like. I don't know. Why is it just like not? Yeah, Jared Hathaway. Yep. Same as OBS. Yep. That's all of that. Okay. Maybe I'll log in on my TikTok here. Because it's not saying I'm live. Like, it's not even saying that I'm live. Jared. Look up Jared. Yeah, there's no live. I mean, what? I guess I'll end my live there. But I'm so confused. What? I'm so confused. I'm genuinely so confused. Why is it not saying that I'm live? I gotta figure this thing out, man. But Nationers, I do want to mention we are getting ready for our matchup against the Chiefs today. I wonder if I just restart my OBS really fast. Because I don't think that this stream will end. By the way, I don't think that this stream will end. So give me a split second. I'm going to restart my OBS. And then I'm going to get things going. It has nothing to do with the stream key on TikTok. It's just not connecting. Let's get this back going, maybe. Let's try this now. Okay. Are you guys still able to see me? I went dark for a split second. Are we good? Can you guys still see me? Yeah, you guys should be able to see me now. Okay. I just restarted my OBS here really fast. So the one thing is it's not a stream key. It's just a connective thing through my account. And that's the thing. So let's try it again here. We'll see if it works. But yes, still here. We're watching Perks of a Wallflower right now. So I was just popping in to say hi. Well, thank you so much for being here, by the way. There we go. We got it. Oh, it's lagging. It should take a second to lag to catch back up or anything. But we are now live. We are now live. There we go. Perfect. Okay, we got it. 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 We should be good now. I'm not seeing any drop frames. I'm also watching the stream right here, and it looks decently good. It looks good from my standpoint, but let me know what you guys are seeing. Of course, Nationers, we did finally get it going for the TikTok stream. We finally got it going. Only took a split second, of course. However, Nationers, it is great to see you guys in here back at it for another watch party. Today, we're going up against the Raiders, that is going up against the Kansas City Chiefs in their Week 7 matchup. I have a handful of updates. I also have some storylines to be aware of in today's game. It also looks like it's fine for Jordan and Manny. Welcome back. Great to see you in here. I'm glad to hear and glad to see you guys in the stream, by the way. If you guys are watching on TikTok, make yourselves known. It's great to see you guys in here, by the way. On top of that, the Raiders are taking on the Kansas City Chiefs in Arrowhead. So this is an away game for the Raiders. A few things to note before we get into today's game. The Raiders are coming into this week with a win, and the Chiefs are also coming off a very monumental win against the Detroit Lions in last week's matchup. Now, what is important to note is that Brock Bowers, if you guys are fantasy owners of Brock Bowers, he will still be out. He will probably not be coming back until week 9. That would be after our bye. Give him enough healing time for his PCL injury that he has. So he is still considered out. However, some good news to note is that he was actually able to practice a little bit today. Chuba Hubbard or Vidal? I don't like the run game for the Chargers here. But who are the Panthers going up against? The Jets? I think I take Hubbard. I'm going to take Hubbard there. Just because they're going up against the Jets. I think so. By the way, Raider at 77, welcome in. So, with that being said, Brock Bowers is still out. He was able to practice today. We're also wrapping up this Rams-Jags game. This game in London just wrapped up. Travis Hunter got his first ever touchdown in the NFL, so super excited for that. On top of that, Jacoby Myers, someone, if you guys know, he's probably our wide receiver 1. He is actually out today. He was a late scratch in today's matchup, which I think is not necessarily a huge blow because we haven't really been looking at him as much, but he's been very vital to our success because, again, if you have a number 1 wide receiver, you probably are looking for him. So with that, it draws more defenders. It opens up opportunities for other guys. Now, Jacoby Myers is out with a knee and toe injury. So that was, again, a late scratch. He was kind of dealing with this last week after their win against the Titans. But what is actually good to know is we're going to be playing a lot of rookies today. So obviously Ashton Genty, we're looking at Dante Thornton, Jack Betch, and most importantly, we activated today Shedrick Jackson, which if you guys know, Cam Miller and Shedrick Jackson actually had a baller preseason in their week 1 matchup. They actually did really well together. Shedrick Jackson, I was like, oh my gosh, this guy should be starting for us, or at least like on our roster. He just got activated today, so he will be able to take a nice approach in today's matchup. So very excited about that. But yeah, how are you guys feeling? Let me know down in the chat who you guys think is going to win and what the score is going to be. I'm going to put my predictions here in a second, but I would love to hear some of yours. Manny, yeah, so I guess what is fantasy? So like they might not have Rico Suave. Like the one thing is that Rico probably won't have his baller of a game if Chuba Hubbard is back, which I actually don't formally know if he is. But I would choose Hubbard in this case regardless. I think that rushing game against any Jets defense right now is stellar. Even, well, yes and no. I think just the passing is maybe not as good, but I would take Hubbard over Vidal there, especially against the Colts. I wouldn't take any running back against the Colts right now. Also important to note, the Chargers also activate Khalil Mack and Denzel Perryman. Very interesting. So they're back. And yes, I did just see that. By the way, Sam, we were taking a look at it here on the watch party. You might be able to see that on the previous play here. But yes, welcome in, Sam. I love you. And Giovanni Acosta, I 1 million on KC Any Raiders. Who's true? Let me know. Wait, so you're saying you got one, you have 100,000 on Kansas City, like actual real money? You have 100K on the Kansas City Chiefs beating the Raiders today. Is that what I'm hearing? By the way, Sam, I love you. Thank you so much for hitting that follow button, and welcome to the nation. Welcome to the realest community on the internet. Great to see you in here. Well, let me get into my storylines, and then I'll get you guys my predictions. So, one big thing going into Week 7 here is that Rashee Rice is back from his 6-game suspension, which, kind of crazy that it was only a 6-week suspension, knowing that there was an individual matchup in Week 7. He actually is on his 2nd year. He's in his sophomore year, obviously down 6 games, coming back into the frame of things for the Kansas City Chiefs. He had 1,226 receiving yards last season on 9 touchdowns and 103 receptions, which is fantastic. That's 10 yards of reception pretty much, a little under it. Now, what's important to note is that he's coming back for the first time. By the way, Wiz Reed, thank you so much for that follow, but welcome to the nation. Now, on top of that, he's going to be probably their number 1 overall wide receiver 1. Now, you also have Juju, who got beat up by Brian Branch last week. You're also looking at Hollywood Brown. Travis Kelce, also still on the team. He had a great game against Detroit last week. But Rashee Rice is now back on the team, and I feel like he is going to be a huge threat for us against the Chiefs, obviously. Someone to obviously look out for with our defensive end. And how I think we kind of get through that, I'll explain in a second. But what is important to note is that Jakobi Meyers, this is also a very interesting storyline. Jakobi Meyers and the Raiders were open to trading one another. Now, obviously, the Raiders were open to trading Jakobi Meyers coming into this week. The trade deadline is early to like the 2nd week of November. So, should I start Keenan or Luke McCaffrey? Who did the Commanders play? Dallas Cowboys? I think you go Luke McCaffrey. I'm not going to lie. Because the Chargers are going against the Colts. I would go Luke McCaffrey. I would. Ethan. Judkins or London? I have London in right now. But Judkins, are you doing this for your flex, by the way, PG? But with that being said, one thing that I think is going to still be a very big powerhouse is that Kansas City run game. Kareem Hunt, Isaiah Pacheco have been a 1-2 duo. They've been very good. They kind of remind me almost like some of the Chiefs. Not the Chiefs, the Patriots running backs back in the day. You have James White, LeGarrette Blount, things like that. Who did the Bucks play? Buccaneers. Let's see. Who did the Buccaneers play? They play tomorrow against the Lions. I would actually... Is Mike Evans back? If he's back, I'd play him. Wan'Dale Robinson. Let's see who the Giants play. I don't think you start Trey Tucker. Oh. I don't think Wade Robinson. Do you mean Wan'Dale Robinson? By the way, Dom, what's good? How you doing today? Questionable, likely to play. Dom, thank you so much for that follow and welcome in. Are those your only 2 options? That's rough. If I'm going, that's a rough one. I don't even know who you go there. Kels, welcome in. Thank you so much for hitting that follow button. Welcome to the nation. We got 95 of you watching the stream right now. Welcome into all of you. We are getting ready for our week 7 matchup, the Raiders versus the Chiefs. We're going to be doing a watch party. I'm going to be giving my play-by-play for every play of the game. Most importantly, everything that is going down today. I also don't know why I don't have coverage of this on Sunday Ticket. I guess it's starting soon, but it's not playing yet. Oh, this is
about to be renewed.
Right, yeah, because this is a broadcasted game. Yeah, I think Travis is getting 37 yards for sure. Z-Ball, thank you so much for hitting that follow button. Welcome in. I'm gonna go Wan'Dale Robinson there, Buchiman. I think Wan'Dale will still be really good. I mean, Malik Neighbors was out. Wan'Dale Robinson had a decent game last week too. So I would probably go for him if you're looking for like a good 10 to 13 points. Trey Tucker's not getting more than like 7 points today, unfortunately. At least in my opinion. By the way, easy win for the Chiefs. Max Crosby is toxic. So my question is, are the Chiefs getting the win because Max Crosby is toxic? Because I don't know how that necessarily correlates. Because, like, what about if I say the Raiders win because Patrick Mahomes is like a Kermit voice? Like, it doesn't make much sense, right? So Ted Bonkers, I will not be showing the game. That is illegal to do, and I do not want to get a lot of money fined to me, so I will not be doing that. What is important to note, though, is I will be giving my play-by-play throughout this entire game, so you guys will hear Geno Smith and shotgun, 3 wide receivers out to the left, 2 out to the right, things like that. You obviously see a lot of things. So one thing that I also want to know is that I think knowing how the Raiders played against the Titans, now it is the Titans. Like, a lot of teams are going to look really good against the Titans, but you had a Devin White interception, forced fumble. You had 5 sacks against Cam Ward. The Raiders pass rush is going to have to be stellar today. Now, don't get me wrong, the Chiefs still have a very good line, but it's not as good as it once was. They lost Joe Thuney. They also did, I guess, draft Josh Simmons, which is a really good pickup for them, which you're just like, oh my gosh, how do these teams in the 30s, late 20s get a really good draft pick? It still happens. Malachi Starks, Jalen Carter last season, all of those good things. Vidal or Trey Tucker to start. Oh my gosh, I don't know how Vidal does this week. That's the one thing, because he's only had one good week, and it was against... that's so rough. I don't know if he's going to do as good. I would probably choose him over Trey Tucker. But my thought process, I don't know. You're going to need one big play, and Trey Tucker's going to score more than Vidal. You know what I mean? But yes, by the way, baseball player, welcome in. Thank you so much for hitting that follow button. Welcome in. AJ or Romeo Dunze? Who's AJ? Not AJ Green. That's the only AJ that I know. But Jalen, welcome in. Luca, welcome in. 8, welcome in. Teddy Bonkers, welcome in. Great to see you guys all in here. If you guys are doing, well, great to see you guys in here. I hope that you guys are doing... Oh, AJ Brown, right. Who do the Eagles play? I think that's important to know. Eagles. They play the Vikings. I'd probably take AJ there. Just because there's only 3 really good receivers. I guess there's 4 really good players. 3 really good receivers. You're talking Dallas Goedert. You're talking Devontae Smith. You're talking AJ Brown. Rashee Rice or Sutton. The Bucks play the Lions. I would actually, low-key, I would actually take Rashee Rice. I think so. Rashid White, not Rashee Rice. They both have the same first name, pretty much. But yeah, I would probably go White there just because the Broncos go against the Giants, which is like an all right, like they have a pretty all right defense, maybe not secondary, but Rashee Rice and the Detroit defense has given up so much. I think if they're able to stop a lot of their receivers, I think Rashad White will get a lot of pass catching, a lot of rushing yards for sure. Michael Pittman or Quentin Johnson. Wow, they're both going up against each other here. I think I don't have Quentin Johnson in. I just don't. I would probably go Michael Pittman. He's like guaranteed a lot of touches, whereas like Quentin Johnson, I'm not guaranteed touches with him. But NFL Jacoby, thank you so much for hitting that follow. And welcome to the nation. Welcome to the realest community on the internet. I'm starting Trey Tucker and Stevenson from New England. Very nice. Okay, I like that, James. I like that. I can get by that. Sierra, thank you so much for sharing the live. I will not be showing the game that is illegal to do, unfortunately. I do appreciate you asking. I don't know. James Martinez, thank you so much for hitting that follow button. Welcome into the nation again, by the way. But yeah, let me know any of your guys' fantasy picks. I'd love to know. Do the Chiefs win touchdown? Do they win by a touchdown? The game is actually starting right now, by the way. The game is actually starting right now. So I'm going to be giving the call. I got my rosters pulled up for the Raiders. Got my rosters pulled up for the Kansas City Chiefs. I got to go through it. Like number 15 on the Chiefs. Jamo. Oh, who's Jamo? I should know who Jamo is. I should know who Jamo is. But you're going Pittman. I would probably go Pittman. Who's Jamo? Who's Jamo? Who's Jamo? Why do I not who know? Every time I feel like I hear Jamo, I'm thinking of Jameis Winston. Or not Jameis. Yeah. Jameis Winston for some reason. Jamo. Who's Jamo? By the way, Gabs, welcome back. I don't know. Welcome in. Vega Raiders, welcome back into another live stream. Great to see you in here for another week. With that being said, Nationers, wow, 75 of you guy. Oh, yes, that's right. That's right. Jamal Williams. I don't know. I think that secondary is actually decently all right. But Jamo has actually played decently well. He's not just like a deep threat guy. He's actually a good post corner out in routes. He's actually been getting a lot of like medium to short distance passes. I mean, he's probably still wide receiver 2 for that team, to be honest. And Michael Pittman, it's a high risk, high reward if you go with Jamo every single week, right? Michael Pittman is probably guaranteed at least like 4 catches on like 40 yards. Like you're guaranteed that. I don't know. By the way, Jack at 15, thank you so much. By the way, Samantha, welcome in on the YouTube stream. Great to see you in here finally. But AJ Fisher, I see that you're a Chiefs fan. Great to see you in here. On top of that, versus the Bucks though. I'm gonna take a risk there. I would go Jamo. I would go Jamo only because the Bucks have actually let up a lot on their defense. I would go for that, by the way. I genuinely believe so. So with that being said, Nationers, we're about to hop into this game. I'm going to pull up the game cast, as you guys might be able to see here. We got a lot of games in the slate, but before we get into the Raiders versus the Chiefs matchup, let me know who you think is going to win and what you think the score is going to be. By the way, OVO, welcome in. Great to see you in here again. Samantha, welcome in. Jack, NFL Jacoby, Dragon Ball Z. Yeah, it's a CBS game. I kind of forgot. It's not a Sunday ticket game. So with that being said, Nationers, my prediction for this game today is I believe that the Raiders are going to win 17-20. That is my guess, by the way. That is my guess. By the way, we're watching college highlights. Why are we watching college highlights right now? The game is started here, Nationers. CBS. We have Raheem Mostert running this one back. Past the 30. Oh, man, if he broke that open, that is a touchdown, man. By the way, Gabs, thank you so much for hitting that follow button. David, Doran, Jordy408, thank you guys so much for hitting that follow button. Welcome to the nation. Welcome to the realest community on the internet. Nationers, the Raiders do have the ball. They are starting with the ball in the first half. So very exciting here. Man, almost broke a tackle. And yes, that was, I guess, technically the Clips channel. This is, I guess, where I'm live streaming now, Gabs. Great to see you in here, by the way. But Nationers, let me know who you think is going to win. And most importantly, what the score is. Here we go. Geno Smith under center. 2 tight ends set to each side. Single receiver set outside to the numbers. Geno Smith, Michael Mayer in motion. Runs to the left for Ashton Jeanty. Cuts back up the middle for about a gain of 3 to 4 yards here. Little flight. Thank you so much for that follow button. I hope the Raiders win, but I know we're the Raiders. So that's very fair. It's one of those things where I'm like, oh man, the upside is there, right? We just have to unlock it, right? But also, money, I hope the Raiders win. Yes, I agree. I'll be looking just because I know nothing about football. Well, guys, great to see you in here nonetheless. Star, I'm a Niners fan, but low-key thinking the Raiders upset. I do too. I mean, these matchups are always great, by the way. Ashton Jeanty, this season, he has 424 rushing yards and 479 scrimmage yards, leading all rookie running backs. Trey Tucker with a reception in the flat route here. He goes for about 10. Let's go, Trey Tucker. Guys, anyone that I said Trey Tucker not to start, I do apologize. Blame it on me, okay? Blame it on me. He's already got a catch for about 10 yards. Money 100. Thank you so much for that follow, button. Welcome to the nation. Great to see you in here. Manny, so you have a prediction. Raiders versus Chiefs. Chiefs 25-22 Raiders. How would you get there? So you need a touchdown and 4 field goals? Manny. for the Raiders. Jacoby Myers is actually out today. He got ruled out today with a knee and toe injury. A little flat route for our tight end fullback, but that's going to go for about a gain of 3 here. Unnecessary roughness. What are we talking about here, man? Number 90 for the Chiefs was laying on top of him. Charles Amenahu out of Texas brings up 2nd and 7 here. Yes, so Jacoby Myers was ruled out today. Very late scratch, by the way. He was dealing with a knee injury and a toe injury all at the same time, so he's going to miss today's game. They choking end of a field goal miss. That would be very interesting. Geno Smith in shotgun here. 2 wide receivers set to each side. Geno Smith back to pass. Looking right. Quick slant. Dante Thornton, the intended receiver. Number 35. Jalen Watson out of Washington State, by the way. I'm from Washington, so you like to see it. He was in on the coverage there. Brian Larson, I will not be showing the game, unfortunately. The Raiders are going to go 2-5. It's very possible. But what is also an implication is, let's say the Raiders do win, right? Now the Chiefs and the Raiders are both 3-4, which would be kind of wild to actually see. So with that being said, Nation, it brings up 3rd and 7. Raiders are right now on the Chiefs' 46-yard line. Geno Smith in shotgun. Jack Betch in motion. 2 wide receivers set to each side. Looking across the middle. Geno Smith taking on his feet. No, across the middle. 4! None other than Dante Thornton Jr. There is a flag on the play. Now, this is in the secondary, it looks like. Could be defensive holding. And nope, it is going to be offensive holding on the line. I don't exactly know who would have called that. It did look like the flag was in the secondary, but it is going to be an offensive hold, as Geno Smith stepped up into the pocket. That typically does happen when you see a lot of these things. And it's going to be on number 58, Jackson Powers Johnson. It's a tough hold because it's not like he got in around the edge. But yeah, it's going to be a hold there. Now, with that being said, they will be spooky if they went 3-4. It would be spooky if the Chiefs were actually 3-4. Very spooky. Here we go. 3 wide receivers set to the right. Michael Mayer, the left side of the formation. Geno Smith in shotgun. Hikes it. Deep drop back. Looking across the middle. Michael Mayer gets about 10 yards back. He's fighting for it. He gets about 10 yards back. It's going to bring a 4th down. It looks like the Raiders are going to be punting this one away. After that hold, unfortunately, we did get a 1st down. Dante Thornton, obviously. Wait. Oh, yeah. Michael Mayer's just in on the punt. Here we go, Nationers. Hopefully you guys like the chat. Does the chat actually look good? I think the chat's still peeping out a little bit. Hold on. Go. That was still peeping out just a smidge here. Wanted to fix that here for a second. I do apologize. Here we go. Now we got AJ Cole, who was actually hurt a few weeks ago against the Titans. Not the Titans, excuse me, the Colts. This punt is going to be dropped back down at the 7-yard line. Very nice, by the way, AJ Cole. We like to see that. Wow. Very nice. You're going to be doing the 49ers versus Falcons game. When are they playing? Do they have an afternoon game? I probably won't be doing any afternoon games. Oh, that's the tonight's game. We are just going to be doing the Raiders versus the Chiefs just because I'm a Raiders fan and want to be able to watch these games. So no more than just this game and maybe some close games depending on how the schedule kind of works out here. But Finch, I do appreciate you asking. By the way, Ellipsy, thank you so much for hitting that follow button. Welcome into the nation, by the way. Welcome to the realest community on the internet. We are in game break right now. We're seeing a little Dickie Buffalo Wild Wings commercial right now. By the way, Willie's Nest Goods. Love the name, by the way. Thank you so much for that follow button. By the way, Willie. And yes, Mandy, thank you so much for the lurk, by the way. Much love out to you. But yes, like I mentioned, Nationers, the Chiefs are now getting the ball here. Going to be very interception. Very interesting. But Geno Smith, 3 interceptions and 6 sacks is what you're predicting today. So what happens if that doesn't happen? What about if he doesn't get sacked? What about if there's no interceptions, right? What would you say then, by the way, Robin? I'd love to know. But that's what you're predicting. 6 sacks is a lot of sacks. We're not Justin Fields. I'll apologize. Well, I appreciate it, Robin. I'll see you at the end of the live stream. I'll make sure to call back to you, Robin. So be very aware. I'll let you know how many sacks he has as we continue to go through. But yeah, the CBS matchups always have a little bit more. They always have a little bit more commercials, which I understand why, but man, Little Caesars has a $10 meal deal. They have a pizza and some cheese puffs. Not too bad, actually. Not too bad. But we are in game break right now. I'll let you guys know once we get back. I also wanted to let you guys know, I am also live on YouTube. So in case you guys also want to go check it out, look up Jared Hathaway Plus. So Jared Hathaway with the plus symbol, just like you would for addition or math or anything like that. That is where I'm also live. So in case you guys are watching on YouTube, great to see you guys in here. We got 6 people over in on the YouTube stream, so great to see you guys over there. On top of that, I just wish the Raiders went after a quarterback. We did go after a quarterback. There's probably not anyone better on the team than Geno. If you actually like watch like football, Geno Smith is the best quarterback on the team. And mind you, had a very successful career in Seattle. You take a big risk. You obviously trade for him. You understand why, right? You just wonder how it plays out. Going to be a rush up the middle for Isaiah Pacheco. He goes for about a 1-yard gain here. But if you're talking about quarterbacks, who else would you have gone for in that situation? You could have gone for Sam Darnold, right? He signed a little bit early on into the preseason or into the offseason, right? Other quarterbacks you could have gone for, maybe Joe Flacco if you really cared to. You draft a quarterback, right? Bailey Zappi could have been like great behind you. He plays for the the Browns now. Travis Kelce across the middle. He goes for about an 8-yard gain. He's going to be just short of the line to gain here. But yeah, Robin, I agree. We need someone like Bailey Zappi behind Geno after a year. Bailey starts next year. I'm going to be honest. Geno Smith is starting next year as well. Unless he gets like a season career-ending injury, it's going to be unfortunate, right? By the way, 5-star Memphis, it still is a watch party regardless. But 3rd and 1 coming up here. Here we go. By the way, Brody, thank you so much for hitting that follow button. Great to see you in here. AOC is going to win comeback player of the year. I do like AOC. He's got a little inconsistencies, but I like him. Run up the middle for Kareem Hunt. Oh, man, that could have been blown up right at the line of scrimmage. He goes for about a 10-yard gain. Kareem Hunt, it was one of those things. You have 2 gaps that you go through. The linebacker shoot through one, and then he obviously goes through the other. And, oh, man, you like to see it. Luke McCaffrey, I go Luke McCaffrey. Emeka Abigbu is he's probably not playing today. But by the way, JoJo, great to see you in here. Hope that you're doing well. Low snap. Quick slam route. It's almost... Oh, Rashee Rice gets his first reception. It was almost bobbled. This might be an eligible man downfield. I'm not too sure. Rashee Rice gets his first holding offense. I think we should accept that penalty, make it a 1st and 20. But yeah, bring in some kid who couldn't be worse. Sorry, bro, Geno, not the one. So, well, if you mention bring in some kid to start, then mention the person. If there's someone better than Geno that could start on this team, 1, that's not going to take up a lot of cap space. 2, right, Geno Smith has already taken up a lot of money. You're just going to have to make it work. A.J. Brown gets a touchdown on 4th and 4 against the Vikings. Whoever I said to start A.J. Brown, I guess I said Michael Pittman. Never mind. But yes, Brody, I would start Luke McCaffrey. I would. Patrick Mahomes here on 1st and 20 in shotgun. Looking across the middle, has plenty of time. Steps up in the pocket. Going deep to the numbers. It's going to be Travis Kelce to the boundary. One of those guys, you know, it's always weird to see how Travis Kelce gets open because, you know, he is a guy that definitely responds to gravity. Somebody that you're going to be guarding, right? Regardless. You get him in his zone. He's very slippery in that environment. He goes for about a 44-yard catch. Cornerback for USC. Well, that's a draft, right? We already drafted Cam Miller last year. So you're wasting a draft pick on that. By the way, Daniel, welcome in. Robin, I'm just trying to let you know that you probably have no idea what you're talking about if you're not a Raiders fan. I'm just being completely honest. Here we go. Going to be a run to the left for number 24, Brashard Smith. I think he's their 3rd running back, but they have Kareem Hunt, Isaiah Pacheco, and Brashard Smith. He gets about 6 yards on a run out to the left here. Chiefs are in prime territory after starting their drive on the 7-yard line. Mind you, I'm not going to lie. I think this upcoming quarterback draft class is not that good. You know what I mean? I wouldn't be mad with Jameis Winston, right? I would not be mad. Shotgun position. Going to be a wheel route for number 83. That's no longer Sky Moore. That is Noah Gray out of Duke. He gets a little wheel route for him. Kyu Blu Kelly in on the coverage here. I understand being disappointed in Geno, but what are you going to do? You're not drafting a quarterback next season. You're going to need Geno Smith to get hurt because he's not getting cut. You're paying him $33 million this year. You're paying him $75 over the next 2 years, technically, after this season, right? With the extension, right? And yes, you did draft Cam Miller. He's on the practice squad right now. It's a 6th-round no-risk project, but you're in it to win right now. Cam Miller looked good in one game against preseason against a bunch of third-stringers. You know what I mean? Cam Miller looks great. If you watch the second game, he did not look as great. So what your average is like, right? If you look good during one game, had a bad game the next, didn't look good in the third game either, what are you supposed to do? Are you supposed to take the upside of a guy that you have actually no idea, that does not know any of these defensive coverages, right? I tell you, Geno is not getting cut. Geno is not getting cut. That's too much dead cap space for a guy that you're paying too much money at quarterback, right? I understand the interceptions. I get it, right? Little slant route for Rashee Rice here. Excuse me, I'm going to stop chatting now. Well, I need to also give you guys the play-by-play call here so you guys can watch, because now we're just talking like a podcast. But it was a click wide receiver screen for Rashee Rice. He's got his second reception, but we do stop him on second down. So this should be a 3rd and goal to go here. Exciting to see here. We have 4 wide receivers set, 2 out to each side. Kareem Hunt in the game. Travis Kelce out wide as well. Now here we go. Patrick Mahomes calling the pass protection. Travis Kelce in motion. Jeremy Chin in on the coverage here. Back to pass across the middle, deep into the back of the end zone. It does not go. It is out of bounds, but there is a flag on the play, and it's going to be defensive holding. So this should bring up either a first down. There's no... Patrick Mahomes is... he's calling a touchdown, but it was way out of bounds, if you know what I mean. So it's going to be defensive holding on Kyu Blu Kelly. That should bring up technically a first down and a goal to go here. You think Kelce gets over 40 receiving yards? He's got 44 right now. So, yeah, I do believe that he gets over 40 receiving yards. Yeah, JJ, I understand your thought process, but that unfortunately is not how that works. Now, here we go. Rashee Rice, a little jet sweep. Is going to go for a touchdown for Rashee Rice. There is going to be a face mask call here, but this will stand. Rashee Rice on a jet sweep. He gets his first touchdown of the season in his game back after almost killing people in Dallas, Texas. So he is back. There is a flag on the play. I don't think, unless it's holding and a face mask. Oh, and Kareem Hunt is actually hurt right now. This is a kind of a big blow, if you ask me, for the Chiefs, because Kareem Hunt, as old as he is still a very reliable back. But he looks like he is actually pretty hurt here. Where's Darian Porter? I do think we need to start Darian Porter more. He is one of those guys. He is our highest graded quarterback throughout 6 weeks. I do think that we should start him a little bit more. I think the one thing that I think we will see is not throwing people to the fire as much, and give guys that do have a little bit more experience that opportunity, and slowly incorporate someone like Darian Porter, someone like Jack Betch, right? We just activated Cedric Jackson today. I think you'll start to see that a little bit more as the season progresses, which you have to think about, what is the goal this season? Has the goal changed? Is the goal still like playoff team, right? Or like wild card team, right? I'm not too sure what the goal is now. We could be 3-3. I mean, the Chicago Bears game does kind of hurt a lot because you could have won off a field goal, right? And so it is one of those things. Why don't you make the change, right? What is the change in goal? Because if you do put Darian Porter in, you're getting him experience. You're getting him these numbers here. And now, just to give this the right score here, Harrison Butker with the extra point attempt. 7-0 Kansas City on their first drive. Big 44-yard play by Travis Kelce sets him up big in enemy territory. Rashee Rice, surprised kicking the ball, did not get a excessive celebration that typically does. So I'm surprised that it didn't. But Kyu Blu Kelly has been pretty solid this season. This game, maybe not so much, but it is the first drive. I can't dictate how things are going to go the first drive. I mean, you see things change drive by drive, after half, things like that. As long as you don't get burned too much, I think you're okay. Everyone generally gets burned if they're not like a star cornerback. But Kyu Blu Kelly and Eric Stokes both have multiple years of experience, so I understand why they're starting. But yeah, Darian Porter, he is our rookie. We drafted him. I think that he's also a very good fit in this lineup. But the one thing is you have Isaiah Palomalu at safety. You have Jeremy Chin at safety. Those guys in general just aren't great players, right? Like Jeremy Chin is better than Isaiah Palomalu, in my opinion. Isaiah cannot tackle to save his life. If you put a shoulder into the guy, he's probably getting trucked. 1, based on size, 2, based on his tackling efforts. He'll get into the tackle, but he's most likely getting busted up, right? Yeah, horrible drive for sure. I wonder how we'll see the changes throughout the second drive. I mean, you let Travis Kelce in on a big gain. The run gaps, I get it. You had one big run play, other than the touchdown, of course. It's exciting to see, though. I'm excited nonetheless. Because here's the one thing for me, right? I love sports. I love, the Raiders team. It's, if you've been watching the Raiders or just follow it from an outside perspective, they've been a wild card team at best, right? And they've had a lot of very bad seasons of just being mid, okay? And every game always kind of is a heartstring type of game. I am not one person that dictates my happiness for the week if my team wins, right? I understand that people do, but I cannot let an external force like this dictate my happiness throughout the week. It's great if I see the Raiders win, but if they lose, it cannot dictate and influence how happy I am for that week, right? And, yeah. By the way, Wero, unfortunately cannot show the game. That's illegal, my guy. This game's over. Chiefs winning easily. But here we go. 7 points on the board for the Chiefs. They drive 92 yards in about 5.5 minutes for a touchdown. 9 plays. Few, obviously, penalties that kind of went their way. Defensive holding. The face mask penalty, it is what it is. It doesn't really count. You're going to decline it anyways. So, Kareem Hunt looks like he also is getting taped up right now. Harrison Butker back to kick. Yes, this one lands in the end zone. Going to be out in the back of the end zone here. So this one's going to be brought out to the 35-yard line. That's actually pretty good if you ask me. I'm not too mad about that. Should be brought out to the 35-yard line. Yep, it should. Yep, bring it out. Or to the 30-yard line, excuse me. By the way, Gregory Channy, thank you so much for that follow button. Welcome to the nation. Welcome to the realest community on the internet. Great to see you in here. So now we have the Raiders offense back on the field here. Again, Michael Mayer out. Excuse me, not Michael Mayer. Brock Bowers is out. And most importantly, Jacoby Myers is out. Geno Smith under center. 2 wide receivers set to the left. 2 tight ends set to the right. Trey Tucker in motion. Fumbled the snap, but Geno Smith gets it back. It looked like it was going to be a run to the left for Ashton Jeanty. Unfortunately, I don't know what happened here. Yeah, ball just slipped out there. Not bad. Ball did just slip out there. Was a pretty low snap, if I'm being honest. It was a pretty low snap. So, with that being said, here we go. 2nd and 12 now coming up. We do have a DK receiving touchdown for the Titans. Play action. Geno Smith looking to the numbers. Gets it to the... Oh, Trey Tucker, man. It's just a little bit off center. Trey Tucker looked like he slipped there. And it is going to be a 3rd and 12. Could have had a first down there with Trey Tucker. My rule is if you can get your hands on the ball, you actually need to catch it, Or at least make a good enough attempt that you can catch it, right? Now, Jacoby Myers did actually warm up. Unfortunately, that knee and toe was enough to keep him out for today's game, which is not too fun. He's going to be in the cold. Brock Bowers also still out today. Now, Geno Smith, 2 wide receivers set to the right, 1 to the left. Michael Mayer in the backfield here. Back to pass. Big pressure. Geno Smith, first sack of the day for number 90. What's his name, by the way? Number 90 for the Chiefs, Charles Omenihu. He gets in. There is a flag on the play. I'm not too sure what the flag is going to be. It might actually be roughing the passer. It's going to be defensive pass interference, it looks like. Going to be a first down. Very nice. By the way, Jax, it is on CBS. It is on CBS. Number 22, Trent McDuffie in on the pass interference. Yep, in on the pass interference intended on Trey Tucker. So that sack is negated here. You're very welcome, Jax. Geno Smith in shotgun position. 3-wide receiver set to the right. Single receiver to the left. Geno Smith, Trey Tucker in motion. Wheels out. Flat route for Trey Tucker. He's going to get blown up. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, though. It's going to bring up 2nd and 10 here. Whew. Okay. 2nd and 10 coming up. Not the greatest play of all time. It is kind of obvious. You look either, it's kind of one of those like run pass options, right? You look at where Ashton Jeanty could go. That doesn't look like the ideal situation. Trey Tucker gets into the flat route. Jack Betch, if Jack Betch gets that block, perfect. Geno Smith in pyramid formation, 3 people in the backfield here. Play action in the flat route for Raheem Mostert. Goes for about 3 yards, brings up 3rd and 7. Raheem Mostert, a lot of flat routes. I'm not too mad about flat routes, but I prefer more play action flat routes than just shotgun flat routes, checkdowns. You know what I mean? So interesting to see what Chip Kelly dials up here on 3rd and 8. Excuse me. By the way, welcome into all you guys tuning in. I hope that you guys are enjoying the game. 3rd and 8 here. Going to be loud in Missouri. Kansas City, Missouri. 3-wide receiver set to the left. Actually, yeah, 3-wide receiver set to the left. Trey Tucker in motion. Geno Smith, deep drop back. Look into the numbers. Jack Betch with the catch. He's going for about 6 yards. I'm not going to lie. If it's 4th and 2 there, I don't know if you go for it. I know Chip Kelly is a decently aggressive guy. He's not the most aggressive play caller, but I think you come off the field here. I think you do. I think you take the happiness that you got with the few plays that you got. But what's most important is that if you were to go for it and not get it, you set up the Chiefs very good. Yeah, in great territory. So, with that being said, AJ Cole is out to punt. Here we go. 4th and 2. AJ Cole, high snap. High points it. Going left here. Going to be pinned down at the 5-yard line. Brings it back here. Number 81 brings it out to the 15, 16-yard line here for Remeggio. Number 81, Nico Remeggio. What a name. I like his name. He's a 2nd year out of Fresno State. Nico Remeggio. I like it. So, with that being said, Chiefs are up. We're in game break here. How do we feel about that last drive, by the way, Nationers? How do we feel about it? I'm not mad. I mean, we did kind of get saved by a defensive PI, which, you know, it is what it is. But what I am happy about is that regardless of other things like a drop catch for a first down, a fumble on first down, and I'm not mad about it. The run game, I'm excited to see how the run game actually goes because we haven't really had any run. We were going to have a run for Ashton Jeanty with a fumble. We haven't really ran the ball. We've been passing the ball a lot. So I am very interested to see how the run game in Ashton Jeanty goes. By the way, Lil Kenny, I like how you talk like it's like my offense, like I'm running the offense. I'm simply just calling. I'm a fan of the team. But unfortunately, you got the wrong people. Like, what about if the Chiefs suck? Am I saying, oh, you guys have a bad defense, right? Your kicker, he's real bad, right? Right? I don't own it, right? I'm glad if you think I own the Raiders. I'm not the one making the calls, right? I support the team. It's a team that I've supported. It's a team that, through thick and thin, good or bad, that's how I'm going to call it. I think that's a lesson that a lot of people can learn because sports fans are like miserable. Sports fans are fucking miserable. I'm going to be completely honest. They are. Most sports fans are completely miserable. Mind you, the Raiders have had a very historic franchise, right? Maybe haven't looked good in about 25 years, but And obviously the Chiefs have kind of came into their own throughout the mid-2010s. And I've enjoyed watching the Chiefs. I was a big Jamaal Charles fan. I was a big Alex Smith fan, right? I love watching the team. Nowadays, it's very much just like entertainment, right? It is the calls obviously going their way, right? Things that consistently go their way. It's very frustrating, but who am I to blame, right? Am I blaming the Chiefs for doing it? Am I blaming the refs for throwing flags? I can't control these things, right? I can't. I could only react, and that's about it. Last week was pretty interesting. I know that Jared Goff call. I don't know exactly the rule. I would have thought that would have been fine. It was a really fun touchdown. Obviously lost by that touchdown. Here we go. 4 wide receiver set, 2 to each side. Quick out route 4. Xavier Worthy does not go off his fingertips. I do expect a lot of very quick plays for Patrick Mahomes in this offense. I just do. What did Devin, is that Devin White? Devin White had to be in the coverage there. I'm surprised he just let Travis Kelce go. I don't know. I understand that it's probably his own defense, but I don't think you do that. All right, here we go. Patrick Mahomes in shotgun position. Isaiah Pacheco in the backfield, looking left, across the middle for Xavier Worthy. Wormy little guy. He's down after about a gain of 8 yards. So with that being said, it brings up 3rd and 2. This will be very interesting to see. Travis Kelce had an iffy few first weeks. He was starting to get the washed allegations. There will be a time where he probably is actually kind of washed, where the body's going to start catching up to him. But here we go. Travis Kelce in motion. 2 wide receivers set to each side. Across the middle for Rashee Rice. He gets down at the 30-yard line with a first down for him. I will say the one thing that I hate about the Chiefs is their celebrations. The celebrations on first down where they do like a little guitar and they just like... It's so weird. It's so weird. By the way, Cam Ward with a 38-yard touchdown pass. Wow, that would be a crazy upset if the Patriots lose to the Titans, by the way. Harm, thank you so much for sharing the live, by the way. We have 1st and 10. Patrick Mahomes in shotgun. 2 wide receivers set to each side. Run to the left for Isaiah Pacheco. He's going to get stuffed at the line of scrimmage. Now, this is, again, something I talked about in my storylines, that this run game is going to be a deciding factor for the Chiefs. If they can get the run game going, it allows the passing lanes to open up, right? RPOs, which the Chiefs are notorious for, little quick slant routes, which we even saw the Raiders try and pull. The unfortunate part is that they're down Kareem Hunt right now, it looks like. Kareem Hunt was injured on that touchdown run by Rashee Rice, and I'm not sure if he's going to come back into this game. He might. 2 wide receivers set to each side. Rashee Rice across the middle. He goes for about a gain of 9 yards. Also, it is super funny watching receivers act like they got a first down when they're like obviously short. It is one of the funniest things, by the way. Great passing lane for Patrick Mahomes, by the way. He had a hand in his face, knew that he was right across the middle. Devin White, you gotta be on your toes on that. Isaiah Palomalu with a tackle here. I just love when, isn't it so funny when receivers like act like they got a first down when they're like a yard or 2 short? That's what Rashee Rice just had right here. 2 running back set in the backfield. Kareem Hunt's actually back in the game. This one's going to be short of the line to gain. Brings up 4th down. Now, if you're the Chiefs, as good as their offense is, I think you actually go for this. I think you go for this. I think you do. I don't think you punt this one away. You have too good of an offense. Too good of an offense to actually not go for it on 4th and 1. Even though you're at the 41-yard line, I get it. I think you go for this if you're the Chiefs. This is going to bring up the end of the quarter. So a free timeout to talk it over. Nationers, as of right now, that quarter went by so quick, by the way. Mind you, we were the last game to start, and we're the second game to go into the second quarter. We still have the Philadelphia game right here. So that score is 7-3 Philadelphia against the Vikings. The Saints are down 0-3 against the Bears. Carolina is up 3-0 against the Jets. Like I mentioned earlier, New England is down 3-10 against the Titans, who fired their coach, Brian Callahan. Miami is down 0-3 against the Browns. That game should be a barn burner. That game should very much be a barn burner. And as unfortunate as it is, I understand why it is why it is. So, with that being said, Nationers, I hope that you guys are having a great, great day. Yeah, I will say this drive, it's always one of those things that you see a lot out of the Chiefs Raiders, is where the Chiefs just kind of keep chipping away. A lot of long down, second to third down plays that continue to convert. And these drives feel like forever, right? And the defense obviously gets tired because they're out there playing defense for 7 in-game minutes, right? Where is the one hard part is if you can't get your offense going, the defense is fresh the entire game. And so I think I would love to see more play action. I imagine we're going to get a lot of Spagnuolo blitzes. We just are. I think that's just something we're going to get, especially against the offensive line like ours. Down Colton Miller again on IR with a high ankle sprain. He's still out. Stone Forsythe is just in. I don't know if he actually knows what he's doing half the time, but he's in. Then you're also talking about, again, maybe Jackson Powers-Johnson still being right guard, which if it were me, I would move him back to center, Jordan Meredith to left guard, and Dylan Parham at right guard. But that's the thing. Chiefs fan here, we whooping that ass. By the way, Garcia, I think that's Lone Garcia or Joan Garcia. Or no, that's probably Juan Garcia. I am not watching, or excuse me, I'm not showing the game. That is illegal to do, unfortunately. It looks like Trey Smith, their starting guard, is actually hurt. So that means number 66, Mike Calendo. He's going to be in at right guard here. By the way, Gage, what's good? How you doing today? Here we go. 4th and 1. I think they're going to try and just draw them off sides, to be honest. I don't think they do much more than this. Yeah, I don't think they do much more than this. I don't think they hike this whatsoever. Nope, they do. Run up the middle for Kareem Hunt. They do get the first down. I'm actually kind of surprised they hiked it given what they just did. They did a few motions. However, I think they should have gone for it regardless. I was surprised to see it after what they just did. Oh, it's Ivan. Oh my goodness. Ivan Garcia. Do you think Kelsey scores this game? I think it's a high chance. He's got a good amount of yards so far. I would not be surprised if he scores here. Cheering for the Raiders today. Thank you, Cage. Thank you. We're trying our best. But we shall see. Patrick Mahomes in shotgun, looking deep, has plenty of time, going deep. For number 80, Tyquan Thornton. Pass broken up by number 30 on the defense, Darnay Holmes. Wow, oh wow, deep ball. We did lose Jeremy Chinnen on the play. Oh my God. Tyquan Thornton, what are you doing, my guy? It just hit you in the shoulder pads. To be fair, he was looking right into the sun. He was looking right into the sun. They hit him right on the shoulder pads. That's so funny. I just love when you see a deep ball and someone trying to adjust and it doesn't go their way. Empty set here. Patrick Mahomes, a little screen pass for number 24. He goes for about 10 yards. That is going to be Brashard Smith, rookie out of SMU. I do remember them picking him up. Oh, yes, the Cleveland Browns, by the way, Danimal. They're tied with Miami right now. Very nice. Yeah, wow. I love the sets. I'm not going to lie. I really like the Chiefs formations a lot of the time. They have a lot of very intricate formations, which I don't know if many other offenses can do. I genuinely don't think that they can. I mean, you're looking at Xavier Worthy, Rashee Rice, Travis Kelce, Isaiah Pacheco, Kareem Hunt, Brashad Rice. Run up the middle for Kareem Hunt. He busts one out to the right. He gets a first down on 3rd and 1. He's down at the Raiders' 41-yard line. Kareem Hunt, who is out with an ankle injury for a split second. He comes back after getting a quick tape job and a rub down. Now that brings up 1st and 10, at the Raiders' 42-yard line. So with that being said, brings up 1st down. Excited to see what they do here. They've been doing a lot of screen passes, I will say. Runs to the left for Isaiah Pacheco. He's going to be stopped after a gain of 4. Good stop there. I will say, if I'm the Raiders, I think we do need to continue to play Tyree Wilson more. I'm surprised we don't see him a lot more in this game, especially just because he is actually pretty good, but we do see him a lot more minimally than I would like, in my opinion. So, unfortunate as it is, he is also not in the game, but he is an edge rusher. I get it. He doesn't have the size. Oh, no, he is in the game. Here we go. Patrick Mahomes in shotgun position, 2 wide receiver set to each side. If you're looking for Travis Kelce, he is not on the field right now. Noah Gray is. Quick slant route 4. Oh, Noah Gray is almost intercepted by Isaiah Palamau. Palameo is probably actually his last name. I always say Palamau. There is a flag on the play. Not too sure what it is. Could it be offsides? Neutral zone infraction. Excuse me, offsides is actually the call. On the Raiders, Max Crosby. I didn't see anyone jump, so I wonder if they'll see it on the replay here. Unfortunate. Did almost have a pick here. Do we almost jump? Yeah, we do. That's an offsides. I can't complain there. Tyree Wilson. Man, get a big hit on Patrick Mahomes. You know what I mean? Get a big hit on him. Here we go. 2nd and 1 here because it was 2nd and 6, but with that 5-yard penalty, brings up 2nd and 1 here. Patrick Mahomes under center, 2 wide receivers set to each side. Isaiah Pacheco in the game. Run to the right for Isaiah Pacheco. Big gap across the middle. Goes for about 3 yards. Good edge set there. I think the defense has played the sets pretty good, but they've been able to find the gaps very well, which is how most running games should be. Ideally, you do see those. The offense is trying to set the gap, and they're doing that quite well. So, with that being said, brings up 1st and 10 at the Raiders 30-yard line. Empty set for Patrick Mahomes. 5 receivers out wide. Rashee Rice is definitely getting this catch here. Across the middle. Nope. Patrick Mahomes rolls out right. Max Crosby in on the pursuit. Slides. And Patrick Mahomes is going to be down after a 9-yard gain. Down at the 21-yard line here. Always love seeing Patrick Mahomes run. He's had a different approach this season. He usually runs out of bounds, but I think he's willing to take a lot of those hits, especially in the way that he slides. I think, 1, he's trying to obviously get the call. 2, it's just a different type of play because you don't know if he's going to put a shoulder into you or if he's going to go to the, the boundary line. So he's shaking it up a lot. Isaiah Pacheco in the game. Noah Gray in motion. 2 wide receivers set to each side. Isaiah Pacheco bobbles the handoff. He gets a first down after a gain of 3 again. Well, or am I watching the Chiefs game on? I'm watching it on YouTube TV on CBS. It's the broadcasted game this week. It is the broadcasted game. But, yeah, they're looking at a few stats here. Patrick Mahomes finding his groove here. His completion percentage has gone up. His passing yards per game has gone up. His touchdown to interception ratio has gone up throughout the last 3 weeks. Which, again, against the Lions last week, which was a stellar game. Patrick Mahomes under center here. Excuse me, actually in shotgun. Looked like he was under center. Snaps it, looking across the middle. Looking at the sticks, and it's Rashee Rice, who, mind you, he gets a first down, but it's happened a few times. That's actually Xavier Worthy. Excuse me. Could not tell exactly who that was. But a few bobbled passes by the Chiefs wide receivers. You've seen a few times it's hit him right in the chest, and it's bounced off their chest, actually. Happened to Rashee Rice on his first reception of the day. Happens to Xavier Worthy here, where it's like hit him in the chest and it's bounced off of him. I'm surprised he actually got the ball, saying how far it came off him. So that brings up 1st and goal for the Chiefs here. We have oh my gosh, Patrick Mahomes, Wildcat. What the fuck is this play? What the fuck is that play? I'm going to be completely honest. I have no idea what that play is. Gabriel Couts, thank you so much for hitting that follow button. Welcome to the nation. We do have a flag on the play. Illegal formation offense. It's going to be a false start on the offense. I have no idea what type of play that was. It was like this. So Patrick Mahomes is here. Line of scrimmage is at my hat. Or Patrick Mahomes is here. Yeah, that was so weird. Hey, what the? Patrick Mahomes is like he was in a 3-point formation. So that is a false start. Still 1st and goal here. Jumbo set to the right. Isaiah Pacheco in the game. Patrick Mahomes calling an audible here. 5 seconds on the play clock. Deep drop back for Patrick Mahomes. Looking to the end zone. Back to the end zone, to the crowd. Yeah! Fan celebrates with the ball. Gonna be 2nd and goal here. Oh my gosh, that's so funny. Oh my goodness. The Chiefs fan, like, he caught it and he was like, don't take this ball away from me. It seems like the ball boy had to swap it out because of the chips and all of that, but still pretty cool nonetheless that you got a game ball out of it. So kind of happy about that. But Patrick Mahomes not able to capitalize on a 1st and goal at the 9-yard line here. Chiefs offensive had 25 plays. Again, a lot of deep drives, 3rd down conversions across the middle for Hollywood Brown, doing a little Chiefs Kingdom leap. There's not really a name that I can see there that I think would work, but it is a touchdown for Hollywood Brown. 13 points on the board for them. By the way, Saja boys, what is good? How are the Raiders still in the league? Because they're a team in the league. I mean, I'm sure that's a satirical question, but there's really not an answer to it. So it's kind of hard to answer anyways. It's not like there's like relegation in the NFL. Not like you can just get rid of a team. Unfortunately, as good or bad as they are, you can't get rid of any team that is paid enough money to be in the league unless they file for bankruptcy, which I don't think that will be happening. Not with their prices. And that is an extra point attempt. Good for Harrison Butker. Hollywood Brown gets a touchdown. I really liked Hollywood Brown when he got signed and drafted by the Ravens. I'm sad it didn't really work out for him. Even with the Cardinals, not the Ravens, but the Cardinals, I thought he was a really good pickup for him there. Unfortunately, again, just like the Cardinals, a bad team, you know? With that being said, another drink. This has no alcohol in it. I'm simply just doing a challenge right now. So, with that being said, shout out to all 4 of you guys watching on the YouTube stream. If you guys would like to watch on YouTube as well and support there, try and get that channel to 100 subscribers. I'm live on Jared Hathaway Plus. Feel free to look it up in your YouTube search browser, Jared Hathaway Plus. You can either type the full word out or the little symbol as in the plus side, like an addition. Now, with that being said, it is the 2nd quarter. I wonder how the Raiders respond here. My chances and my belief is not much, but I would like to see the run game going. Ashton Jeanty has not got a single touch today, by the way. Not a single touch. So I don't exactly know how he's going to do, especially in my fantasy. Mind you, I had Davante Adams in, and man, he was booling for me. I would love to know, mind you, how your guys' fantasy is going, by the way. Philadelphia is up big, 14-3 against the Vikings. The Saints are down 0-6 against the Bears. Carolina and the Jets are tied. New England still down 3-10 against the Titans. Miami is down 3-10 against the Browns. So with that being said, yeah, Davante Adams got me 26.5 points. Yeah, Rashid Rice already got 12.1. I should have put him in, man. I should have put him in instead of Chris Olave. I don't know why I would have not thought. It's kind of hard because I have Rashid Rice. I picked him up in a claim just because nobody drafted him because he was out. How is Geno still conscious? It's a very interesting question. I'm not sure how to exactly answer that question because I mean, he's been sacked 1 time. So I'm not sure what the intentionality behind the question is. However, still in game break here. Like I mentioned, I would like to see the Raiders run game actually get going. We have not had a whole lot. We've had, I think, maybe 1 run play called, and it was a 3-yard rush for Ashton Jeanty, which was about it. Could have had another one out to the left, but fumbled on the snap. So, with that being said, we are getting ready for the kickoff after the Hollywood Brown 9-yard touchdown here. You think he could come back or no? I mean, I think the Raiders still have a team that could come back in this game. Very well. Chris Jones is probably spectating. He's probably still spectating after the Jags game. Raheem Mostert with his return, he's been able to get it past the 30 every single time he touches it. He brings it out to the 36-yard line. But, yeah, I think we can still come back from this game. Are the chances likely? Probably not. But I think we have a team that still could. And it's just like I can't discount anyone for thinking that they have a chance, right? So, with that being said, Geno Smith under center, 2 tight ends set to the right, 2 wide receivers out left. Geno Smith on the right hash under center. It's going to be a run to the left for Ashton Jeanty. Trey Tucker in motion. Run up the middle for Ashton Jeanty. Gets about 2 yards. I've said this before. If you guys have watched these watch parties, by the way, if you guys have watched these watch parties, you guys would know I love Ashton Jeanty. The one thing that I don't like the play call is runs up the middle. I don't like it. It's on CBS, by the way. This game is actually broadcasted live. So this is the big broadcast for the 10 a.m. slate or the 1 o'clock, whatever time you guys are. But yes, they are. It is the broadcast game, so it is on CBS, by the way. But yeah, so with that being said, we have 3 wide receivers out left, 1 to the right. I would like to see Ashton Jeanty run outside. This one's going to be a run to the left for Ashton Jeanty. And man, look at that. It's an 8-yard run, but unfortunately there is a flag on the play, which would negate this if it is on the offense. But yeah, I agree. By the way, Canna, we don't have a deep threat. I mean, Trey Tucker's by far a deep threat, but we're not playing him like that. We're playing him more like a slot receiver. We do have an offsides on the offense. Don't see that very often. Jack Betch. This could have been... What? Yeah, I don't think you see offsides on the offense too much. Not a lot. It's usually just alignment. But Jack Betch, I don't know what was going on there. Like I mentioned, it was a great run. That was a run out to the left, mind you. By the way, Canada, thank you so much for hitting that follow button. Welcome to the nation. But yeah, calling the Raiders a team is mad crazy. But yeah, Canada, I agree. I like Jeanty getting some touches. I like a mix. We're very one-dimensional. We run a lot, and then we pass a lot. I would like to see a little bit more mix so far this game. Run up the middle for Ashton Jeanty. He busts open past the 40. He gets about 7 yards of it back. It brings up 3rd down here. Here we go. This is probably going to be a little Michael Mayer across the middle or to the flat route. One of the two. That's my call. Oh, man. Michael Mayer, he's just a bruisey guy. He comes in on a motion and absolutely wallops Watson. Number 35, Jalen Watson on the defense. Absolutely wallops him. Absolutely just boom. Bulldozes him out the way. Opens the gap for Ashton Jeanty. Yeah. So, Raheem Mostert in the game. 2 wide receivers out to each side. I mean, Dante Thornton is definitely a deep threat guy. But he's also a rookie too. Geno Smith in shotgun across the middle. Gonna take it on his feet. Take it on his feet. No, man, a little too late decision there. Too late decision. Could have flipped it out to Raheem Mostert, but he wasn't far enough to actually get it. And could have actually ran it on his feet. I don't think he would have gotten it. He probably would have been a yard short. Brings up 4th and 5. Yeah, nothing across the middle. That would have got picked. Michael Mayer. Oh, Michael Mayer was open too, man. I told you, if he's a little sit route in a zone, probably could have got it to him, but there was pressure on the right side, which is where Michael Mayer was, so I understand why he didn't make that pass. Brings out A.J. Cole again for his 3rd punt of the day. He's had a long of 49. He's been able to pin the Chiefs' offense deep in their own territory. Almost blocked. Not too bad here. This one is going to be bounced, caught, fumbled. Here we go. Very nice. Down at the Chiefs' 5-yard line after a bobbled reception there. Wow. Okay. AJ Cole, I mean, I hate to say it, but he's a Pro Bowl punter every single year. Every year he is a Pro Bowl punter. Every year he is. He just is. There's no doubt about it. He is a Pro Bowl punter every single year he's in the league. But yeah, so speaking of that, by the way, Canna, I agree. I think the players that we have, we're not playing them like we should. Trey Tucker is by far our deep threat guy. We have played him a lot in slants. We played him a lot in cuts, out routes, those types of things. Dante Thornton, yes, he is tall. He's 6'6", 6'4", 6'6". He's pretty tall, right? He's also a rookie. He has not been able to get as much separation as I think I would have liked him to. He's had maybe 2 good catches on the season. It's not great. So with that being said, he's our deep threat guy. Again, not being able to get open. I don't think there's also been enough time to actually get a deep threat ball in there. And anytime that we do, it's usually across the middle for someone like Trey Tucker, for someone like Jakobi Meyers. Again, not forcing things deep, which we have done multiple times before. It's costed us a few times on picks. And yeah, I don't think too much of it is on the connecting point. I think a lot of it is just the coverage. It's just tight windows. He's not been able to get a whole lot of separation. I mean, he's a bigger, slower guy, but he is able to high point the ball. He would be like a red zone type of guy, high pointed into the back of the end zone. I would like to see him more on post routes, not so much just like these streaky, maybe out routes, bench routes in, 2 minutes. But with that, I just think the receivers that we have, we're not playing them like the receivers that they should be, like the position that they should be. I don't mind Jacoby in the slot at times. I don't mind him in motion. Trey Tucker, I don't mind him depending on the routes, to be that short yardage guy. He's tiny enough. He's quick enough, elusive. I like to see a little bit more swing routes, but the unfortunate part is with how bad our line is, it doesn't allow Ash and Genti and Raheem Mostert to actually get into those flat routes or across the middle. You know what I mean? So, yeah, with that being said, I'm not too mad about that drive. I really am not. The only thing that kind of cost us was the offsides, if you know what I mean. And I will say last week was, I think, a huge confidence boost for Geno. I like that this week he's not forcing things as much. Because even on that third down, I think I would have seen him throw right across the middle to Jack Betch. I would have tried and force it to Michael Mayer, who is in coverage, but, over the line of defense. So, yeah, I'm not mad about it. We just weren't able to move it. The Jack Betch offsides definitely cost us for sure. So, with that being said, Isaiah Pacheco run up the middle. Oh, and this line is moving. Oh, my gosh. Wow. Finally gets brought down. He was stopped. 5-yard gain, but he goes for about a 10-yard gain. But yeah, Brian Alvarez, welcome in. Great to see you in here. But I don't mind the decision-making out of Geno so far. The only thing that I would not be too happy about was the third down run. I could tell he wanted to run for it. The linebacker was there, so he wanted to flip it out. Realized Raheem Mostert probably wasn't going to get it, so he just took the 1 yard. So here we go. Isaiah Pacheco. Again, just coming off a 10-yard run here. 1st and 10 from the Chiefs' 12-yard line. Here we go. Low snap. Patrick Mahomes looking across the middle. Looking to take it on his feet. He's going to get it. No hold. Devin White in on the sack potentially, or in on the tackle. Gets him out of bounds. But my God. Gonna have to have a spy on a guy like Patrick Mahomes. I could see no hold there. Travis Kelce right across the middle. Oh, this is the thing. I don't know why we play zone against a team like this. I don't know why we would. You know what I mean? By the way, Jose, what's good? Welcome in. This game is already giving me crippling depression. Jose, thank you so much for that follow, but welcome to the nation. It is unfortunate as it is so far. It's probably going to be a lopsided game looking at it right now. I'm liking what I'm seeing out of the offense. We've had a few things that have killed us. Low snap, quick. Out to Brashard Smith. They've ran this play before. Oh my gosh. Get in on the tackle. The pursuit is not there, man. I'm surprised that they've been able to run that play successfully 2 times. Genuinely surprised. They've done this quick little screen. I'm surprised that they've been able to do it every time. They've done it twice now. And they've been very successful each time. Like, you see the formation. Like, what else could there be? You know what I mean? So, with that being said, Chiefs have mixed it up. 13 rushes on 16 passes. Patrick Mahomes under center. Run out to the right for Isaiah Pacheco. He gets stopped after a gain of 2. Damn, oh, damn. But this is how it goes against the Chiefs. And I think most teams, especially if they've been heating up, you add Rashee Rice back. Drake May, we might actually have a touchdown here. Is that going to be Stevenson? It's not. It's going to be Hunter Henry or AJ Hooper, one of the two. That is going to be AJ Hooper, number 81, with a 3-yard reception touchdown. That's going to tie up the game against the Titans there. Hey, Saints, can you guys do something, please? Can you guys do something, please? I need Chris Olave to do something for me, please. Here we go. Patrick Mahomes in shotgun here. Looking across the middle. On his feet. And it's going to be a tackle after a gain of 3 by Thomas Booker and Malcolm Kuntz in on the tackle. Chris Olave's got me 2 receptions for 6 yards. Great. Thank you. Can we do something else, please? Can we do, like, anything else, by the way? Like, anything else? Chris Olave, please. You're facing the Bears. God damn it. 3rd and 4 coming up here. 3rd and 4 coming up. Now, I know that we talk a lot about Pete Carroll, Geno. The one thing that I have noticed, Patrick Graham, obviously a consistent defensive presence, had a great game against the Titans last week that probably, buys him a few more weeks, right? Patrick Mahomes under pressure, looking to pass. He's going to get the 4 yards here. He's going to be tackled after a gain of 4. Going to get the yardage. Going to be a 1st and 10 for Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs offense. I'm glad that nobody's been open. But 2, Patrick Mahomes has been able to sneak out and actually get a handful of yards. So I would like that to... we got to contain a little bit more or have a QB spy, right? You see this with quarterbacks like Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, people that could actually run, even Baker Mayfield as well at times. Here we go. 2 wide receivers set to each side. Patrick Mahomes in shotgun. Isaiah Pacheco in the game. Fake handoff, play action, looking deep to the boundary. Hollywood Brown and Patrick Mahomes are not on the same page. He was looking for a little comeback route after about 20 yards. Not going to get it. Going to be incomplete. Brings up 2nd and 10. But what I was talking about with the Raiders defense, thought they had a great game against the Titans last week. It was very electric. Very, very, very electric. The unfortunate part is now that you're facing a healthy Chiefs, right? A team that is a Super Bowl caliber team at times. They did not look good throughout the first 4 weeks, 3-4 weeks. I'm going to cross the middle for Rashee Rice. He gets about 12. 1st down once again for Rashee Rice. I like him. I mean, he's a great pickup. I just fucking hate. This is the one thing that I'm very irate about the NFL is that people can have a lot of these off the field issues, right? And they still can, just walk scotch-free, right? I understand he served a 6-game suspension, but you see with other people as well that they're able to just go beat up their wives, right? And still play a game. It's kind of crazy that that those things can happen, right? And I'm glad that they at least did serve a penalty for Rashee Rice. I understand that he was out last season with an injury. But, yeah, that is one thing that really I'm irate about the NFL a lot on, is that you can just, imagine I just, murdered someone, like Aaron Hernandez, and I can still go play a game, as long as they don't catch me, right? It is interesting. By the way, Genty selling. I don't know how he could be selling when he's only gotten the ball twice. Technically 3 times, but 1 time was brought back after a penalty. So I'm not too sure how he could be selling as much as maybe you're saying. By the way, Cristero, this team is unmotivating. I see the good in the team. I see the potential. The potential's there. It's just the decision making and the play calling and a lot of the who we have where is not it. I would prefer if I had Jacoby Myers as single receiver, Trey Tucker as single receiver. Defensively today, we have not been great, I will say. Also, Drew Aller, man. Sucks to see Drew Aller get hurt. He just went down, I think, last week with a season-ending ankle injury, which is not fun. By the way, Evan, welcome in. What type of buns are we? Are we like sesame buns? Are we toasted buns? Are we brioche buns? Are we ass buns? Not too sure. Well, oh well. Looking at some of the other scores again, Cleveland is up big. They're up 3-17 against the Miami Dolphins. Also, the Bears are up 0-13 against the Saints so far, which I guess you love to see. You love to see. I would like to see Chris Olave get some more touches, man. We also have the 2-minute warning, by the way, so we are in game break. And the Chiefs also get the ball after half. So if they score here and score after half, this could be bad. This could be bad. Could be bad. But here we go. 2-minute warning. If we're going to make a stand, we got to do it now, right? We got to do it now. 2-minute warning. This, I think, is a 1st down. I think after the Rashee Rice catch and run. 1st and 10 at the Raiders 32-yard line. Deep drop back for Patrick Mahomes. He is going to get sacked. Very, very nice. I like to see it. And by none other than punch in for the Jets. Jamal Adams, baby. Did they cut me? Did they cut me? Did I get cut? Yes, that is Jamal Adams in on this pressure. We're looking at a little highlight play here. That Patrick Mahomes looked off Devin White, which, man, he's been really good at Patrick Mahomes with the eyes. Been very good to look off linebackers, even safeties at times. But here we go. Brings up 2nd and 14. Patrick Mahomes quick across the middle. Oh, man! Jonah Lalu could have had his first ever career interception. Oh my gosh. Could have had it. You needed to have it there, man. Big man touchdown loading. Man, he got a hand in on there on the deflection. Could have had it. I understand D linemen are not great at catching the ball, and that ball was like right at his wrist at like 100 miles an hour by the Texas Tech baseball player. Oh man, Jonah Lalu could have had it. I understand. I get it. Why is Max Crosby not in right now? He also looks like he's getting taped up. Brings up 3rd and 14. We bring down Jeremy Chin at free safety here. 2 wide receivers out to, no, excuse me, 3 to the right, 1 to the left. Patrick Mahomes across the middle. Oh, and it's going to be tipped for Juju Smith-Schuster. It's a first down. It is a first down. Oh my gosh. Man, oh man. I think that was tipped too. I think that was tipped. Oh, it was tipped. It would have been right to his knees if he hadn't touched it. It's an unfortunate play. Sometimes you just are unlucky. That would have been right at his knees, but you don't know that. And he tips it, and it bounces it up, and Juju catches it. Runs to the left for Brashard Smith. Going to be caught at the line of scrimmage here. Looks like they might take a timeout if you're the Chiefs here. Lakai Fotu in on the tackle. Yeah, just unlucky there. Unlucky. Unlucky. Yeah, Max Crosby also looks like I think he's getting taped up on. I'm not too sure. Looks like he's getting some body work in on that knee. Hopefully it's nothing too serious, but we go into, why do we go to game break? It's a 2-minute timeout. I hate this stuff, man. I dislike it every time. I don't understand why they do it, man. I don't. I really don't. There's a lot of advertisements every time. Has anyone scored? No one has scored. We do have that Titans-Patriots game in 2 minutes. You know what's crazy? We were the last game to start, right? We were the second game to go into the second quarter, and we're going to be the first game to go to half. This game is probably going to be over like that. You know what I mean? Also, how many people do we have watching the stream right now? Would love to know. Damn, Devontae Adams is going to actually carry me in fantasy. Like Loki's going to carry me in fantasy here. But yeah, how many people do we have watching the stream here? Oh, man, we got 26 watching. Let's go. Shout out to all you guys watching the game right now. Great to see you guys in here. I hope that you guys are doing well and enjoying the stream. Man, I thought I made that color the same color. Maybe I didn't. Hold on. I also need... Does that look good? Hold on. I realized you guys can see the YouTube chat behind it. That's fine by me. That is fine by me. But perfect, man. We've had so many people. If we could get to 3,000 likes, that would be incredible, Nationers. We're at 2,200 likes. If we could get to 3,000 before halftime, that would be super awesome. So make sure to like up the live stream, Nationers. Like I mentioned, yeah, nobody scored. Nobody scored throughout this. We have 5 people watching on the YouTube stream. Thank you to all of you guys watching over there. I really appreciate it a ton. But this game has been going by really, really quick, which has been maybe a little bit of a concern. But not the Patriots, the Chiefs have been just able to dominate. They've been just dominating the time of possession, to be honest. They really have. The time of possession has been crazy. So, with that being said here, wow. Oh, wow. Really happy that this video did really well. With that being said, Patrick Mahomes in shotgun position, 3 wide receivers out right. Rashee Rice, single receiver to the left. Looking left across the middle for Juju. He gets a first down, and he's going to be down at the 3-yard line. I like how Juju's like, I need a ref. I need a ref. You have plenty of time here. You have plenty of time here to go score. Make it a 21-score game. Which my prediction was 20-17. It's obviously not. That was my encouraging score. Not the case here. Not the case here. The Chiefs have looked good today. And I would not be surprised if somebody had the Chiefs defense. It would be a very good defense to pick up right now. Max Crosby also looks a little concerned. He's on the sideline right now. I'm not too sure what he's upset about. He's not on the field, which I would be upset about that one. Two, the other thing that I'm seeing is that he might be a little hurt. He might be a little hurt. And I just can't tell how. You know what I mean? I just can't tell how yet. So, with that being said, 3 receivers outright, 2 to the left. Excuse me, flip-flop that. 3 left, 2 right. Brashard Smith brought back into the backfield. Little jet sweep for him. Almost got in there. It's going to be a tackle for loss. Wow, wow, wow. We almost had someone in to bust that play up. That was, I believe, Thomas Booker was in there to blow that one up. Not too sure. But someone was in there to almost blow it up. Definitely made him go a little bit wider. Opened some time up onto the left side. Yeah, I believe that was actually... No, that might have been Jonah Lalu. No, that was actually... Oh, no, we're looking at the play that was hurt. That Max Crosby. Yeah, it might be a little bone bruise. He just kind of got hit, dinged right on his knee. Dinged right on the top side of his knee. I don't think he's out. I just don't think he comes back this half. Not too sure. But we're hearing the rules of Gene's territory right now. Here we go, Nationers. 2nd and goal. I would be pretty happy if we did stop them and hold them to a field goal before half. Oh. Yeah. I wonder if they're talking about it being a chip block or a chop block, that is. 3 receivers out wide. 1 to the left, 2 to the right. Pick. Oh, man. Batted at the line of scrimmage. Tyree Wilson almost in there, as well as Jeremy Chin in on the interception. Unfortunately, batted not high enough. 3rd and goal does not go. Excuse me. No, that was 3rd down. Patrick Mahomes was coming off the field like it was 4th down here. No hold, but man, Jonah Lalu. Jonah Lalu, defensive lineman, has had a handful of really good plays so far, by the way. He has had a handful of really good plays so far. And batted at the line of scrimmage. Could have been a hold. I understand why it's not. I guess he wasn't really deep into the backfield here. Patrick Mahomes, 3 receivers out wide to the right, 1 to the left. Looking across, he has plenty of time. Patrick Mahomes under pressure. Jamal Adams. And it's going to be broken up by Jeremy Chin on 3rd and goal. Good job, Jeremy Chin. You finally did something good, but there is a flag on the play. Not too sure what it could be. It very well could be roughing the passer. I don't know if Jamal Adams got in too high. Could very well be the case. It's going to be... He keeps doing this. Like it's illegal contact. Okay, Jeremy... And it's going to be on Jeremy Chin. So... Jeremy Chin gets in on the pass breakup, but he also gets called for illegal contact. So 1st and goal for the Chiefs coming up with about 13 seconds left. Yeah, illegal contact on Tyquan Thornton there as he was turning. Those are always very interesting calls because once you feel the contact, you turn immediately. You know what I mean? You turn immediately. And I think the Raiders are going to take a timeout here to discuss this one. I think we are. Why do we keep seeing these highlights from an Auburn-Missouri game? No one cares. Why is this the highlight that keeps playing? Don't care. Minnesota puts 3 on the board, by the way. Titans also put 3 on the board with under 2 minutes left. Cleveland looking to score with about 3:15 left on their clock. How is Dylan Gabriel doing? Dylan Gabriel's only... I mean, he hasn't done anything. Judkins, man... I told someone not to put in Judkins, and Judkins is going well. I'm watching the Colts game against the Chargers. Unfortunately, not today, Ash. Only was watching the Colts game versus the Raiders. So not watching the 1 o'clock game against the Chargers there. Unfortunately not. This one's going to be Rashee Rice, man. You know, I should have fucking put him in on my fantasy, man. I should have known he would have tore up the defense. But that's going to be another touchdown for the Chiefs. Rashee Rice with his 2nd touchdown of the game. Almost had 3 if it were not for a offsides or a false start of some sort. Damn, oh, damn. Oh, God. Oh, man. You hate to see it. Yeah, how many fantasy points does he have? He's going to have 20 now. 21.6, and I have him on my bench. It's crazy. Crazy work. Not exactly what you like to see. And that's Rashee Rice's first career game with 2 reception touchdowns. Actually crazy. That is going to make it a 21-0 game going into the half. Obviously, there's 10 seconds left. You're not doing much with that. Maybe a run. Maybe. Man, can Carolina put some points on the board? I still have a high chance to actually win this week, but I need Chris Olave to actually do something, which might seem a little unlikely. But I also need Ashton Jeanty to get a few more yards, it seems like. The Raiders are losing. That is true. They are losing 21-0 against the Kansas City Chiefs. I can't wait until Jaden Reed comes back. When is he returning? 2 weeks from now? That's not too bad. I would like to see his return at some point. I picked him up and I put him immediately on IR. Immediately. Because there wasn't any good player that I would have picked up instead of him. Luke McCaffrey, he might be a person to actually go pick up at some point. I guess I could add him today. Where would I add him? I'm not taking Drake London out, though. I can't. Chris Olave has been so inconsistent for me, and it's pissing me off. He goes for 12 points. He goes for 16 points, or 13 and 16 points, and now he's at 2.6. I just needed to have a decent... It is against the Patriots defense, the Giants defense. He's averaged 10 every game. I just need him to get 10 for me. That's all that I need. All that I need. But I have Cade Otton in. I don't know how Kyle Pitts is going to do against that San Francisco defense. I mean, that defense is also taking a lot of hits. I don't know. I'm going to keep him out. I'm going to go Cade Otton. I got to go Cade Otton there. Michael, welcome in. Brian, we are losing. That is true. That is true. A comeback doesn't seem very unlikely, but I think it's just building one, rhythm, two, what can you see play-wise that works against certain types of defenses. I would like to see that a little bit more too, especially in the second half. The one thing is that possibly our offense is going to touch the field until maybe like 10 to 9 minutes left in the third. Like, our offense is hardly going to see any playtime today. The Chiefs offense has absolutely riddled the time. You know what I mean? They've absolutely riddled the play time of possession, that is. So, yeah, they've been taking it. JSN is my GOAT. Love the name, by the way. Hopefully he has a good game. Or wait, are they on a bye? Are the Hawks on a bye? Yeah, they're on a bye this week. Good for them. They deserve it. They deserve it. Kick going to be out of the back of the end zone here to stop any potential return here. So that means I imagine we just need this one away. Oh, you guys play tomorrow. Oh. Why do I not see you guys? Oh, yeah. This is so odd. I don't know why they put the Monday games like after all the games that are already final. So the Thursday Unk Bowl and the London game today. You guys do play tomorrow. Why are there 2 Monday games? Whose idea thought it was a good idea to have 2 Monday games? Who thought that was a good idea? Run up the middle for Ashton Jeanty. Try to get him a few yards here. He gets about 4 or 5. Not too mad about that. Fantasy owners are relishing. They're eating their hot dogs. They're eating their hamburgers. They're eating their chicken tenders, fries, all of that good. But yeah, Jason, that's good. I have the Texans defense. So I'm hoping that, hoping it's a good game. I'm hoping it is a good game. But yeah, we just head straight into halftime. There's not much we could do there. I mean, we get Ashton Jeanty 5 more yards, which again, stat padding, right? Stat padding. Not too great there. But guys, I'm not gonna lie. There's really not much thoughts I have for halftime here. There really is not. I could talk about the Raiders offense, but they have not been on offense. They've obviously not gotten too many first downs. They've been able to get past midfield a handful of times, but not been able to get any further than that. Mainly due to a handful of penalties. We've been saved by 1 penalty, but unfortunately, a handful of penalties have kind of cost us our drives. And that's kind of about it. It happens a few times. You punt it away. And the unfortunate part is that the Chiefs have driven down. They've had 3 drives. There's been 6 drives and we're already at half. 6 drives and we're at half. Yeah. Our defense definitely does need to step up, get a few 3 and outs. Hopefully so that we could at least minimize the pushback, right? The other side is that The other side of it is that the Chiefs have just been, they've been going first down. Okay, we're clock's running. Second down, the clock's running. Third down, the clock's running. They've not had a whole lot of negative plays. They've had a good 3, 6, 8-yard chunk plays, and they just getting a first down. Get a first down. Get a first down. By the way, Genty the King, please cut Geno. I mean, as much as you can place the blame on Geno, unfortunately, not a whole lot is his fault throughout the 3 drives. You're not cutting him mid-game, right? First of all. And you're not cutting him at all. You're just not. I think Raider fans need to understand that Geno is, one, not getting cut. He's not getting waived, cut, etc. It's not happening. I think Raider fans need to understand that he will probably play the rest of the season as long as he does not get hurt. We've got him once, but yeah, the one thing that I see a lot, by the way, Danny, is that we rush wide a lot of the time, so it allows him to run up the middle and, you know, get a few yards here or there, get first downs, keep the play alive, right? Even if, you know, receivers, tight ends are not open. We need him. We need Kenny. I hate to tell you, Kenny is not a better quarterback than Geno. I don't know how many people would ever think that Kenny Pickett is a better quarterback than Geno. I understand from maybe like a less interception percentage. Kenny Pickett is not a better quarterback than Geno. Anyone that's watched any Kenny Pickett game, even from college, even from when he was within the Browns, I mean, he's had one good game with Philadelphia, and that's about it. Kenny Pickett is not a better quarterback. Worth a shot. What's the goal? So ask yourself, what's the goal with the Raiders? What's the goal? Are you trying to be a playoff team, or are you trying to just tank? Because if you're tanking, you put Kenny Pickett in. So ask yourself, what is the goal, right? What is the goal? Your goal is to try and win games. Kenny Pickett is not there to win you games, right? Michael Santos, he's not had a great game today. Not whatsoever. He's had 2 touchdowns on his head top. 1 to Noah Gray. Mind you, that is a great play call, what they had. They had that little halfback screen with Noah Gray in protection. And yeah, one of those things is that he bites down, knows that the play's there, but Noah Gray slips out for a wheel route, and he gets a great play to get into the red zone. And in free agency, we signed Alex Kappa first, by the way. Yeah, Alex Kappa is not a great right guard. Not a great right guard. He is not. I hate to say it, he is not. He was the worst rated right guard last season in sacks given, pressures allowed, and penalties. It's not great. By the way, Carolina, very nice. They get a touchdown up against the Jets. Want to see how Rico and Chuba have done. Chuba's got 26 yards. I like to see that. Rico Dowdle, he's got 18 yards on 4 carries. I like that. Not too bad. Jacorian Bennett, I mean, that's fair. I also think the plan, unfortunately, was to move JPJ to right guard, and that's probably just not going to change. Hobbs, I understand. I get his contract would have been kind of big. I would have liked to re-sign him and just take the hit this season. But I'm also happy. He probably either would have got traded this season. If not, he's a great corner, man. I love Nate Hobbs. I really, really liked him. Am I going to show the game after halftime? I am not, Ryan. It's illegal to show any game that I don't have the rights to, by the way. I would like to see Damian Porter actually get some play time. I think the one hard part is that the Raiders coordinators are very stubborn. They're very stubborn. Like, I don't see Tyree Wilson in there half the time, and he's probably one of our best edge rushers, right? I'm liking Joe Lalalu on the interior. Malcolm Kuntz is also a great edge rusher, but is very linear in times. But again, have played well, and unfortunately, I think it's not as good as I would like to see more. The one hard part is we have a lot of very middle of the road guys, from linebacker to a lot of our D line to even some of our offense. There's not one person other than maybe Max Crosby, Ashton Genty, and that's kind of it. Those are like the 2 gravity defying guys. Like Brock Bowers when he's in, but again, he's not in, so I can't say him. But yeah, time to lurk. Yes, keep pounding, Manny. Stop watching me because I don't want to waste my Sundays angry. That's very fair, Jackson. I'm sorry to hear that, a team does get you a little angry at times. I'm a Raiders fan. I've been a Raiders fan since like 2013, if not before then. And I've learned, not just from this team, but just anything in life, I can't let sports dictate my happiness, right? I'm a Dallas Maverick fan. We traded Luka away. We lost in the finals, right? I can't let them dictate my happiness and whatnot. I hate to say it, by the way, Pepsi. I think there's maybe one team, if not. I don't think there's actually an XFL team. A lot of people always say like college teams could probably beat like professional players. There's not a single college team that could beat an NFL team. Maybe if you get lucky, right, with a handful of injuries. There's not a college team that beats it. XFL maybe. By the way, Dakota Robinette, welcome back, by the way. Great to see you in here. Veggie Boy, it's not happening. Cam Miller's not activated. You can't put him in. AOC's out. Kenny Pickett is your backup. You got two quarterbacks activated for the day. Geno Smith is not the issue today, by the way. If you've watched the game, you know that. And I say that for one of two reasons. All of the Chiefs' drives have taken up 9 minutes. Their first drive, 6 minutes, right? We take up a good majority on our second drive. They take another 90-yard drive for 9 minutes. The quarter's over. They're already halfway through the second. We go basically 3 and out on our drive, on our third drive. Then, unfortunately, they take another 7-minute drive. The Raiders do not get ball at half. They are not receiving it in the second half. They did start with the ball. They do not. Yen, here's the one thing with the defensive coordinator. I like Patrick Graham. He's not great. I think that there is a better guy you could go get, right? He's been off and on. And I don't think that that's necessarily the defense. I just think that's how good the offenses are. The Titans, your defense looks like the best defense in the entire league. Forced fumbles, 6 sacks, interception, right? You have a great defensive day. You're going up against the Chiefs, who are a Super Bowl caliber team. You're 10th in rushing defense. You're 19th in passing. You're middle of the way pretty much in everything, right? Why can't we start Cam Miller? He's not activated. He's on the practice squad. You can't do that. You have too many guys. You can have 53 people activated. If anyone is on IR, they're technically an activated player a lot of the times. Well, Veggie Boy, did you watch anything on that 3rd and 17? No one was deeper than 10 yards. I'm sorry. If you're looking for more in a short pass, by the way, you can't go more than 10 yards if no one's more than 10 yards. And if no one's open, how are you going for a 3rd and 17 when only one person's open across the middle? Would you like Geno Smith? You can't be happy if he goes deep and forces it and they get an interception. But then you can't be mad if he goes across the middle and is playing the safe, give what the defense gives you. You have to be, you can't have both, unfortunately. I do think so. I don't think the zone defense is the way this week. I also don't think the man is the way this week. And it's kind of hard because you see the man in the red zone. It does not work. And to be honest, I don't think man is a bad call. If the receivers get open, it's just good offense, right? And bad defense at times. Kenny Pickett's Flores. By the way, Chiefs, Raider fans are loyal. I respect that. You got to be. By the way, Dakota, thank you so much for the 75 roses. Vincent, thank you so much for hitting that follow button. Much love out to you. Great to see you in here. Honestly, I haven't had a good quarterback since Rich Gannon. I was like 7 years old. That's kind of crazy to say that Derek Carr was not a good quarterback. Wasn't a great quarterback, but he was a good quarterback. Veggie, then you can't say start another quarterback. You can't be frustrated if Geno is going to risk it and throw an interception at the 35-yard line, giving the Chiefs a half field to work with. You cannot be happy. Veggie, you're conflicting with everything that you're saying, by the way. You can't be mad if Geno is playing it safe and you're saying cut him, move on from him, give Kenny Pickett a shot, right? But then you can't be mad if he's going to go short plays the entire time and play it safe. You can't be mad about that. Flores, thank you so much for hitting that follow button. They play on the same team, right? Woody Marks and Nick Chubb. I'd go Nick Chubb, to be honest. By the way, Movesteph, great to see you in here. Thank you so much for the heartbeat, by the way. Great to see you in here. Did 86 Raider Nation, what happened? Yeah, if he plays it safe, how is he leading the league in interceptions? No, Efren, this game, not the entire, 7 weeks leading up to this matchup, right? It's this game. We're talking about this game, by the way, Efren, right? You think Brown gets 25 yards receiving? Sorry, there's a lot of Browns. Who exactly are you talking about, by the way, Evolve? Yeah, Efren, yeah. One of the worst quarterbacks the Raiders have ever had. Probably one of the worst. Aiden O'Connell's probably the worst in terms of, like, ceiling, right? Hollywood Brown? Yeah, he probably does. He probably does. He's got a touchdown for 5 yards. He probably gets a handful of more yards in the second half. By the way, Gail, thank you so much for that follow button. Welcome into the nation. Welcome to the realest community on the internet. Oh, you're right. You might have actually been an 8-9 yard touchdown. But yeah, what are your thoughts on the first half? I think this game break is actually coming back right now. But the one thing is, if you're a Raiders fan, you cannot be happy with Geno playing the safe Michael Mayer crossing route, slant route, right? He's played the right ball most of the time. You know, missed pass with Trey Tucker. I get it. You're also looking at a call that was called back on a 10-yard rush. So whose fault is it on the offense? We haven't had the fucking ball in the first half. If I'm looking at time of possession right now, here's the time of possession, okay? 9 minutes of offense versus 21 minutes of defense. If you've watched the game, Geno does not look lost out there. I hate to say it. If you've watched any second of this game, Geno does not look lost out there 1 second. Archie Manning is an awful quarterback. I hate to say it. He's not getting picked next up. He's not getting picked. I'd be happy with Drew Aller. I'd be happy with the USC quarterback. I'd be happy with, who's the Arizona State quarterback? I'd be happy with him. Oh, no, Vega. Well, if you have Sunday ticket, you can still watch it, but maybe not. Chiefs are getting the ball back here. It looks like it was a touchback. Junior, great to see you in here. AOC's out. You can't put him in right now. He won't be coming back until after the bye week, unfortunately. Let's see what Pete Carroll has to say here.
Going offensively.
Yeah, it's really both sides have to get the job done. We got to win on third down. We got so many short third downs. It's been in their favor. On offense, we're gonna have to run the football right now and make this a long game for them. See if we can outlast them and come on back and get rolling. But we have to start with doing well right off the bat.
All right, that's what Pete Carroll had to say at halftime. Play action for Patrick Mahomes. Plenty of time. Gets pressured, and it's going to be a drop pass by Isaiah Pacheco behind the line of scrimmage. Brings up 2nd and 10. To be fair, I know a lot of people are not very high on AOC. I'm an AOC lover. I really liked AOC last season. I mean, his game against the frickin' Chiefs on Christmas Day was nuts. I loved it. Or I guess maybe it wasn't on Christmas Day, but around the Christmas time, I like it. No, I'm not betting on the game. We can't bet here in Washington. We don't have any sports betting laws. Or we have a law that allows us to not. That doesn't allow us to. Travis Kelce in motion. Patrick Mahomes drops back, looking left. Check down for Isaiah Pacheco. Going to be a loss of 3 on the play. Every first down the Chiefs have. That's how they've gotten to take the shot. Exactly. I mean, just like Pete Carroll said, like I said, their third downs, they've converted. They've kept the drive alive every single time, whether that is a flag. You know, we had a Jeremy Chin pass breakup that was called back for illegal contact. On top of that, you're also looking at a lot of those second and third downs that have converted. 21 minutes of total time possession for the Chiefs, not including the second half. To the 9 for the Raiders. The Raiders haven't seen the field, right? We converted on a third down. We got a flag on the play. It's bad, man. 3 wide receiver set to the right, 1 to the left. Patrick Mahomes, little halfback screen for Bashard Smith. And man, oh man, you got to get on that pursuit. It's going to bring up a 3rd, 4th down. Oh, they might actually give it to him. They might give it to him. I'm excited to see how this one gets called. They might give it to him. I'm not too sure yet. Yeah, we just don't have any here. I do too, McDre. I think the lows are a little inconsistent. I think he does play a little inconsistent at times. By the way, Junior, good day to have the Chiefs defense on my fantasy. Very good day. Bailey, welcome back. Blue League, welcome back. Great to see you guys in here. How are you guys both all doing today? Manny, great to see you back in here. It's going to be a first down. Brashard gets a run to the left for about a gain of 3. That's a generous 3 yards. He got like 2, but they're going to give him 3. My goodness. I've always wondered why some places don't let people bet online. Betting is like the worst thing that's happened to sports. Like, I've sports betted and it's like highly addicting. I sports bet when I was in Vegas, but it's kind of the environment. Plus, it was like the finals, and I was one fucking bucket away too. So yeah, sports betting is fucking awful. It is like the worst thing that's happened to sports. That should not be a hot take, by the way. I know a lot of people sports bet, but that should not be a hot take. By the way, Patrick Mahomes in shotgun position here. We have 3 wide receivers out to the left. Quick out route for Rashee Rice here. He's going to get about 6 yards here. I'm doing great. I cleaned up my old trunk out and ready to sell. Oh, truck, excuse me. Do you have another car that I'm assuming you obviously drive, but you're selling this truck, yeah? But Bailey, I'm glad to hear that you're doing good. I'm doing well myself. I've always wondered, but yeah, I haven't got too much of the hate, by the way, to McDre. I like AOC. I mean, he's a competent quarterback. He has obviously a lot of experience. He played basically all last season. Yeah, that's the thing, though. It's one of those things, like, you can make good money from it, but you're also, the people that think that they can make good money off of it are also the people that lose the most, right? Quick, across the middle for... Oh, it's a fumble! Oh my gosh, of course. It's a fumble. Dude, the luck, man. Hollywood Brown was playing with his food. The fumble bounces at the ankles of Jamal Adams, which I don't think he realized that it was a fumble at the moment. And it popples right into Xavier Worthy's hands. That was a fumble. It bobbles right at the ankles. Oh, man. I can understand why Jamal Adams did not actually get that. Could not recover it. Man, oh man. 1st and 10 here. Flappy Bird, thank you so much for that follow button. Great to see you in here. Patrick Mahomes under center. 3 wide receivers out left. Run to the right for Isaiah Pacheco. Runs through a man like he does. He gets about 6 yards. But yeah, oh yeah, always good to be in that way. Like, you're either good or it's chasing. Yeah, there's no in between. Yeah, for sure. By the way, Quiz, welcome in. How are you doing today? 2nd and 3 coming up for the Kansas City Chiefs as they are driving. They're down at the Raiders' 31-yard line. Like I mentioned, the Raiders probably aren't going to see the field until 9 minutes, maybe even less, into the 3rd quarter here. This drive has taken 4 minutes so far. 2nd and 3 coming up. Oh my gosh, a pass across the middle for number 9, Juju Smith. Still shaking up after that Brian Branch WWE-style fight from last week. By the way, yes, can we hit 5,000 likes on the TikTok stream? Man, they do a lot of these like quick slants. Just keep the drive alive. Parker M1 is going to welcome in. By the way, shout out to all 8 of you guys watching on the YouTube stream. Great to see you guys in here. I hope that you guys are enjoying the stream so far. By the way, Blue, yeah, I have an 09 truck and I'm selling my 03 truck. Very nice. What type of mod or make? Patrick Mahomes back to pass. Plenty of time. Rolling out right. Stays behind the line of scrimmage. Past the body. He gets it to Xavier Worthy. There is a flag on the play. Xavier Worthy gets the first down and some. He's going to be tackled after wrestling with Darnay Holmes. Oh my goodness. What is the flag on the play going to be? Is it going to be pass interference? Is it going to be defensive holding? I'm not too sure what it's going to be here. Both of them are dodges. Okay. I'm not too sure. I've heard a lot about cars. Holding defense. Holy goodness. Going to be declined. Going to be a first down. Don't exactly know who it was on, but there was defensive holding here. Probably on Jeremy Chin. Nope. It's going to be on, yep, Darnay Holmes. Yep. Who, funny enough, was the person that actually got the tackle, and it was Xavier Worthy that got held. Oh my goodness. Wow. Came back across body. Jordan Love style. I mean, Parker, I think it's one of those things. You know, you're a Raiders fan, and you stay it for life. You know, there's a lot of other teams. I like a lot of players. I think I'm a more player guy than I'm a team guy, but I like watching the Raiders games, regardless of good or bad. New England's up, by the way, now 17-13 against the Titans. They're coming back out of halftime now. Philadelphia is still down 14-6 against the Eagles. Or, excuse me, against the Vikings. They're up 14-6, excuse me. It is hard. Dayala. It is definitely hard. Xavier Worthy looks like he's going to the bench right now. Patrick Mahomes under center. Isaiah Pacheco to the left. He's going to get a touchdown here. There is a flag on the play. Not too sure what it is. Woo! You got to love the energy sometimes. You got to love the energy by Isaiah Pacheco. Sometimes it's very unwarranted. Like he gets a 2-yard run and he's celebrating like he just conquered world peace. So yes. By the way, Chaka, welcome in. But we do have a flag on the play. Is this going to negate the Isaiah Pacheco touchdown? It just might. 9 minutes left in the third. Clock is stopped. It's exciting to see what this play call is, or what this flag is. Isaiah Pacheco, of course. He's talking to Eric Stokes Jr. right now. Acquired by the Green Bay Packers, who basically just did like a free agency swap for Eric Stokes for Nate Hobbs. This might be a penalty that is coming back here. Pacheco most definitely won the Chiefs the game. Even when he loses a yard, that's very fair. An eligible... Oh, no? What the fuck is this play? What is this flag? It is going to be a touchdown. It is going to be a touchdown for Isaiah Pacheco. Is he Cuban or Dominican Republic? Dominican? He's one of the two. What even is the play call? What even is the flag? I'm not too sure. But yes, that's good, Bailey. I'm excited to see. Last week when we were facing the Titans, we had 10.9 thousand unique viewers join into the stream. So I'm excited to see how many people join into this week as well. You can thank Idle Tap Games for the likes. Oh, man. Back in the day, I used to love Idle Games. I don't play them as much as I used to, but I always loved playing them, to be honest. I always did. Oh, my gosh. Also, my toe's hurting. I'm going to grab my tennis ball because my toe is hurting right now. Hold on. Toe is hurting. I got to grab my tennis ball here. But, yeah. Day Shures. Obviously, belt to ass type of day. Belt to tookus. Oh. I roll out my foot with a tennis ball here. But, man, oh, man, I agree. It's not been great. I'm done being a Raiders fan, says every Raiders fan ever. Says every Raiders fan ever. Who scored? Isaiah Pacheco did, Luca. I don't know if I've ever came across a Raiders fan that has been like, this team, man, I'm done. Why am I a Raiders fan? You know, like, I don't know a Raiders fan that has not said that. It is kind of funny to see, I'm not going to lie. Because I'm not one that's like, you know, like, if they win, great, I'm happy. If they lose, I'm like, great, I'm happy, right? Like, I like to see them win. But, man, it's so funny to see every time. So funny. I don't care how bad we are. I'm always a Raiders fan. Exactly. That's me, too. You know what I mean? Like, I'm excited to just watch some football. I follow a team that maybe isn't good most of the time. But, man, do I have fun watching them? You know what I mean? We play too much soft zone. The zone has definitely been the big killer. But the one hard part is that that drive, we definitely played too much zone. Any of the other drives, man, has killed us in the end zone. But I think that's just better offense than defense. It was raining so hard last night. Yeah, it was raining. It was crazy rain over here. Raiders fan skits when? Definitely not. Not a huge skit guy, unfortunately. I just want them to be good one year, man. I agree. Raiders forever, no matter how much we lose. Exactly. The one hard part about the Chiefs is that they do a lot of those like quick slants. I just don't know how you don't game plan for stuff like that. You see the formations, you probably know exactly what they're doing. Man up like right away, right? You know what I mean? Oh, 2016, man, we probably would have won the fucking Super Bowl. We would have. Derek Carr goes out with a femur injury. Man, KG, thank you so much for that follow button. Welcome into the nation. Welcome to the realest community on the internet. Great to see you in here. But yeah, it's yeah, I agree. I would have loved to see that team go really far in the playoffs. Patrick Mahomes is most definitely not the best quarterback this season. Oh my God. I can't, unfortunately. Like, I love Tom Brady. You're going to do what you have to do to win. I'm a big Drew Brees fan. I love Tom Brady. Don't get me wrong. I think he's the GOAT, the greatest quarterback of all time, you know? game manager, field general type of guy. But yeah. Yeah, I mean, it is nothing new. I would have hoped that now with a, a new head coach, new offensive coordinator, new quarterback, obviously drafting pretty well these last 2 years, I would have hoped for a better season so far. By the way, Dakota, thank you so much for the 55 roses, by the way. Much love. By the way, Ashton Jeanty runs to the right for about 2 yards. Uh-oh, Chris Jones getting into it with a lineman here. Could be pretty interesting. I think, Carlos, you also take the upside of it, too. You're like, oh, my gosh, like Pete Carroll, obviously, he's a good head coach, right? You take the upside of it. Can't be mad that maybe it didn't pan out. Aaron Glenn is a great defensive coordinator. He's not a great head coach, right? You take the upside. You take the opportunity. That's why you hire people, right? You take the potential of what they could be. Ashton Jeanty run up the middle for a gain of 0. 74, actually. I don't think age necessarily changes much, but I do think that he definitely needs to adapt a little bit more. Wyatt, if you watched this game, I mentioned it earlier. I'm going to stop mentioning it because people say that Geno needs to get cut after this game. This game has not been on Geno. Like, if you watch this game is not on Geno. If you watch a second of this game, being 0-28 is not on Geno. Geno Smith going to take a sack here. Very ironic. On 3rd and 8 by Chris Jones. Here we go. And 100% on the defense. 100%. They haven't been able to get the offense the ball back. I understand that we've gone 3 and out most of the time, but the unfortunate part is that it's a tale of two fates. The defense has not been able to stop the Chiefs offense, and the offense hasn't been able to get much going. We've been able to drive like 20, 25 yards each drive. But yeah. He hasn't made one good pass. That's wild, Wyatt. Are you partially blind? Like, I'm actually genuinely surprised that you would even ever say that. By the way, when has the Raiders defense ever been good? This is probably, I'm not going to lie, this is probably our best defense in a long time, to be honest. I will say that. Probably our best defense in a long time. Corners, our linebackers have always been a huge issue, which I'm happy that they're at least competent this season. And I think Max Crosby did get some type of knee bruise, it looked like, on a chop block that didn't get called. So I'm not too sure if he will actually be back in. I don't think he is. I don't know if he got ruled out. Exactly, Moose. Like, Chip Kelly's not going. Here's the thing. I know a lot of people, every reaction to like a bad team is like, man, we need to get a bad team gone. Justin Fields, you're not quarterback anymore. I mean, the Browns sold freaking Joe Flacco to a division rival. There's not going to be a fire sale. Geno's not getting cut. Pete Carroll's not getting fired. I think every Raiders fan needs to understand that. Geno Smith is the quarterback for the rest of the year. Okay? This game is not on him. Okay? Understand he could be playing better to give the Raiders offense a better opportunity to actually go drive the ball. He's not the one that makes the fucking play calls, right? He could make the audibles, all of those good things, right? But he's 6 of 8 for 31. He hasn't thrown a pass in 2 quarters, right? Blue League, it's 100% on him. And yeah, I don't even watch football. That's fair. By the way, Noah, what's good? How are you doing today? Great to see you back in here. I mean, the defense has not been able to get a stop. I mean, a few penalties obviously hurt us. They do. They just do. We had a 3rd and 8 in the red zone that unfortunately got called for illegal contact, which gave the Chiefs another first down right before the second half. So, yeah. Geno could have thrown the ball away or he could have ran for the first down. No, he could have not. No, he could have not. He ran, realized that the linebacker's coming down, so he tries to flip it out to Raheem Mostert, realizes he's also covered, so he doesn't throw it, and it's already too late to, I guess, audible at that point to do what you're doing, so he just takes the 1-yard gain. It would have been 4th down regardless. It would have been 4th down regardless. Watch the playback, linebackers coming down, defensive linemen are behind him regardless. Oh my gosh. That's crazy, Wyatt. If you're saying on that 3rd and 5, Max Crosby's been out, isn't helping. That's true. At least it opens the opportunity for Tyree Wilson, which, again, another edge rusher. Moose Jared, we need to tank and get a top pick for a quarterback. I absolutely hate this quarterback class. Like, Arch Manning is your number 1. Drew Aller's hurt. You're not really going to see his full potential this season, so you're taking a huge risk if you draft him, right? 2, there's not many good quarterbacks that it's a lot of mid. It is. I think Archie Manning's not going to be great in the league, at least. One, I say this for one of 2 reasons. His height is really not playing to his advantage. It just isn't. With a decent line in Texas and is still kind of played bad against good teams is bad. Thank you so much, by the way, Axie. I really appreciate that. I would go after a good lineman. I would go after a good O-line. I would exactly. What am I watching on CBS right now? Nick, welcome in. He takes 5+ sacks a game. Ask yourself, is that the line or also his fault? I can understand his fault a few times, but that's not entirely his fault. Geno Smith has probably played the exact same in Seattle and he didn't take this many sacks. The O-line is just bad, and it's just set up to be bad. I would have thought our O-line was actually pretty good, but I don't know what we were doing with putting JPJ at guard. I understand he's a guard center, but I prefer him more at center than guard. So with that being said, 2nd and 7 coming up for Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs here. Done arguing because people are incompetent. Isaiah Pacheco to the left. Going to get a run of about 6 yards here. I know Gabe Hudson I really loved. Man, I loved Gabe Hudson. I did. I knew he wasn't like great at times, but he was also really good. That's what I'm saying, Yen. Half and half. NBA season almost coming. I know. I turned off the game. Raiders want to make me drink more. That's great. Vizzy, alcoholism is not something to be laughing about. But man. Alrighty, here we go. 3rd and 2. 2 tight ends set to the right. Run up the middle for Isaiah Pacheco. He gets a first down after a gain of 3. Good on Isaiah Pacheco. I'm glad that he's actually had a good season so far. He's exciting to watch. I mean, he is like people in a wall, and he's about to run through you, and I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. You know, I will say I was a little interested to see how Tyreek Hill, how he was going to get replaced, and I've actually really liked that Tyreek Hill did move on from the Chiefs. I know he was by far their number 1 receiver, but I've been really happy. I know, Jackson, it's exciting to see how, you know, this, I guess maybe not exciting to see, but how this next quarter and a half goes. But here we go. 3 wide receivers outright. Patrick Mahomes steps up into the pocket. You have to contain more. Goes deep. It's going to go for Tyquan Thornton. He's down at the Raiders 36. Isaiah Palameo in on the coverage there. Jackson, thank you so much for that follow button. Great to see you in here. Welcome to the nation, the realest community on the internet. The Raiders need to draft an O-line and a new quarterback eventually. Noah, I hate to say it, you're not moving on from Geno. I know that you're not a big Geno fan. At least your brother isn't. You're not moving on from Geno. If you're, I know the obvious choice is that, but you're just not. Oh yeah, you played the zone there. Isaiah, what the fuck are you doing? Why are you bouncing off a guy? Why are you giving him space once he's already caught the ball? Hit him as he's catching it, god damn it. By the way, Joshua Good, welcome in. Big jet sweep for Xavier Worthy. He gets a first down after a gain of 12 here. O-line would be really nice. I mean, you have Colton Miller, JPJ. You need to draft a really good... I mean, it's hard because I don't know what the plan is there with Jordan Meredith. I would like 2 really good tackles. You know what I mean? Watching Branch last week was entertaining. I loved it. I loved it. I loved watching that fight at the very end. I understand why Brian Branch did what he did. I understood. I understood why he did what he did. You know what I mean? Here we go. Quick slant route for Patrick. Is that the MVP caliber quarterback that people say that he is? Don't get me wrong, Patrick Mahomes is a great quarterback, but that was straight into the dirt. Yes, it's actually kind of surprising that 0 penalties were called. I didn't actually necessarily watch the entire game, so I don't know if there was like a penalty. I'm sure there's probably a holding call that could have been called that wasn't, you know, things like that. But for 0 penalties to not get called is very rare nowadays. Brings up 2nd and 10 here at the 23-yard line. Patrick Mahomes, flat route for Travis Kelce. He breaks a tackle. He does not. Jeremy Chin on the tackle. He gets about 4 here. Like, I don't understand why they'd be doing 28. So what happened is that the Chiefs scored 4 touchdowns and 4 extra points. Yeah. Yeah. Now, here we go. 3rd and 7 coming up for the Chiefs. Can they convert? This is where we have been pretty bad, by the way. This is where we have been pretty bad on 3rd down and goals to go. This is going to be a little screen pass to the right or a wheel route for someone. Going to cross the middle. Hollywood Brown. Very nice. I like it. I like it. I like it. Very nice. We did finally have one person in on a QB spy on that, which I'm actually pretty happy about. It is going to bring out the field goal unit. Snowden, the 3rd in there. Look at the Raiders doing so good. I love this team. Finally, a competent QB spy there I like. Patrick Mahomes busted up on the play. Well, he didn't get hit. Not like he got busted up, but the play was busted up. And finally, it had a QB spy. Also, stopped the routes that were pretty inevitable there. So very happy about that. Now, here we go. This is going to be 31. It is almost wide right for Harrison Butker, just the way he likes it, but he just slips in on the right upright. So, I mean, I guess if we're talking about, obviously, the Raiders are going to lose this game. I think that's pretty inevitable, right? What I would like to see, I guess looking ahead to the draft, right? You know, it's bad when you're already talking about draft picks. What I think moving forward, I think we do need to draft a really good corner. I think we need to draft a really good lineman. I don't know exactly who our picks are this season. Raiders picks. Let's see who they have. Because I actually don't know what they have next season. Well, I need to know next year. Who do they have next year? Because they should have picks. I understand that the placement's not going to be there. So we do have a 1st round and a 3rd. Oh, excuse me. We have a 1st round, a 2nd round, a 3rd round, a 4th round, a 4th round, a 5th, 6th, 7th. If we trade Jacoby Myers, which I think we might, I think we could get a 2nd round for him. I think we could, depending on if a team's need, I think we could get a 2nd for him. DBs and O-line, I think we could get. I think our linebacker crew will look a little bit more thinner, but I think we'll keep the guys that we want. Our O-line, obviously drafting there. And then on top of that, quarterbacks I really like. I don't know any good quarterbacks in this draft, to be honest. Tankathon is usually what I go to, Manny, but they only show the 1st round. I don't think they show all of the team's picks. Yeah, they don't show all the team's picks, unfortunately. So, yeah, with that being said, we are in game break right now. And all of that. Fernandez Mendoza save us just like another Latino quarterback did before. You know, that's crazy that somebody said that Geno Smith was the worst quarterback for the Raiders of all time. I don't know if they ever watched Jamarcus Russell play. Were they watching blitz packages? They must have actually been watching some blitz packages back in the day. Yeah, I want to look at some more quarterbacks. I mean, I wasn't too high coming into the season. I watched a little bit of college. I hate watching college. I don't like watching college whatsoever. I like watching the big teams, you know, top 10s, top 25s. But I hate watching college. I can't watch it. But yeah. Here we go. Harrison Butker with the kick. Give it to Raheem Mostert. He's been able to get it past the 30 every single time. He is in on the return. Oh my goodness, almost face mask, but he's going to get it past the 30. He's going to get tackled at the 35. and to someone celebrating like he tackled him at the 5-yard line. I love when football players like celebrate like they did something really good. By the way, Mart DeWith, thank you so much for the 1 rose. Thank you so much for the support. Great to see you in here, by the way. Why are we running? I mean, we're obviously going to be passing, but we have no room to pass. So I think we run. Like, it's not like we're coming back this game. We've had 11 minutes of possession versus 31. It's crazy. We've had 2 first downs. Martha Witt, thank you so much for the 6 roses. Run to the right. Excuse me. Play action. Geno Smith looking across body. Yep. Take it on your feet right across the middle for Dante Thornton Jr. Gets a first down at midfield, but there is a flag on the play. And guess what? It's probably going to be holding offense. Could be holding defense. Very well. Could be. But he slips it right between 2 defenders. And oh my gosh. Norman Lott, number 55 for the Chiefs, is down right now. He is a defensive tackle. He has his helmet off too. Uh-oh. Let's see what the flag is here first. Roughing the passer. Oh, what? Unnecessary roughness. Offense. What the fuck happened? Stone Forsythe. Oh, our backup left tackle here. By the way, Martha Witt, thank you so much for the follow. And, of course, joining the fan club with the 1 heart me. If you guys would like to join the fan club and become a part of an exclusive group, a part of this channel, I guess all you have to do is actually gift a heart me. That is, I guess, what they do by default. So, with that being said, if you guys would like to join the fan club, feel free to gift a heart me. All you have to do is gift a heart me. Our offense and defense aren't changing. They're running through us every play. I mean, yeah, not much more that I could say that I've already not said before. I wonder what happened to this dude. He was like Omar Norman Lott was like in so much pain, by the way. That's what I thought. I guess he didn't do a double hand. I guess it's like intentional grounding. But I was thinking it was intentional roughness, but he pointed towards the offense. I was like, what? I don't think there's going to be any changes. I don't think so. I know Devin White can't tackle this game. He's been, Patrick Mahomes has been toying with him all coverage. He's been sitting right beside 2 wide receivers, and he's looking at one and throwing to the other. And Patrick Mahomes, he's been able to look off Devin White very, very easily today. But how's my fantasy doing? Chris Olave. Oh my gosh. Chris Olave is a saint. He's got 2 touchdowns for 98 yards. 21 and 14. Oh my gosh. Thank you, Lord. Chris Olave. Actually so happy. Because I have Rashee Rice in too. Man, Chris Olave was doing bad. Oh, Ertz. But you're looking at, I mean, Zach Ertz for the Commanders. Who are they playing again? They play Dallas. I would not be surprised. Pitts, though, is going against San Francisco at a beaten up defense. I'm not going to lie. Deebo Samuel had a really bad game last week. Does he have a bounce back against Dallas? Dallas's defense is fucking awful. I think you go Ertz just because of that. That's fair, Isaac. That's cool. We need Adams for pass plays, not just runs. But yeah. By the way, Angela, welcome in. Yeah, I think I go with Ertz because of that. By the way, Trey Tucker in motion. Geno Smith in shotgun position. Little wide receiver screen goes for about 4 yards. I like that. Little fake run to the left. Come back. I like it. Not too bad. I like it a lot. I like the play call. I think the plays develop very slow. That was Geno Smith's first completion since the first quarter, by the way. And that was on a 1st and like 25. I'm starting Bill in fantasy this week. The Bills defense. Who are they playing? Do they have a bye? No, they have a bye. Little flip route for Trey Tucker. He gets about another 4 yards again. Oh my goodness. Can we look anywhere beyond the line of scrimmage at all? Ferguson or McBride? I would honestly go Ferguson. He's been great. He's had a touchdown in basically every game. Oh, yes. Right. Ja'Cory. Yes. Yes. Krosky Merritt. Yeah, sorry. I know who you're talking about. All right, Geno Smith and shotgun. 3rd and 16. Geno, empty set. Ashton Jeanty coming back into the backfield here. No blitz, 4-man rush. Yes, halfback screen for Ashton Jeanty. Breaks 2 tackles. Runs over a guy. He gets about 12 to 13 of it back. There we go. Here we go. There have been a lot of penalties. I wish they showed the personal foul that Stone Forsyth had, because Omar Norman Lott, Omar, had to be taken off. Walked off semi on his own power here. But here we go. I have Ashton Jeanty on my fantasy team too. I don't think he's getting a touchdown. I don't think we're driving that much, but he's been able to get a few passes, which I'm like happy about. By the way, Kyle Roosh, what is good? Cyber Knights. What I say in the beginning, I mean, hey. Geno Smith and shotgun, 4th and 4. Got to go for it. Ooh. That one came. That was a horrible pass. I don't know if it got tipped. It did not look like it got tipped. Oh, yep. Yeah, it is going to be a first down for Kansas City at the Las Vegas 42. Can we show that play again? I don't think they want to. Panthers might go over 500. I actually had them going 10-7 this season in my predictions. I did. To be fair, Cyber, I had no idea. I don't remember what you said at the beginning. I know that you said something at the beginning. I don't remember. Damn, $100,000, Giovanni. I wonder what the bookies had on this, because I don't think it would have been a close game. I would have loved, man, Carbell, a few drafts ago, I wanted to draft Hendon Hooker and Joe Milton, and they were already taken off the board when I wanted it. Why do you even still have the game on? Because I'm doing play-by-play for the game. Not everyone's priorities are the exact same. I have the game on because I'm doing a watch party for it. I'm giving people that don't have the opportunity to watch the game a play-by-play. 350? Well, sorry, that's not happening, by the way. Fortunately, not happening. We do have Brashard Smith with a run to the right for about a gain of 3. Play-by-play? I mean, what about if we were winning like we won last week? I do a play-by-play every week for the Raiders games, regardless of if they win or if they lose. We have some great moments. And you must obviously not be a Raiders fan. I took the Raiders to cover. Oh, man, Shawnee, that's rough. We are at game break, so it is the end of 3 quarters. That's really, I think that's really sad of you to think that play-by-play is really sad, because I want to give people that don't have the opportunity to watch games a play-by-play for the Raiders games, because my dad's a Raiders fan. I'm a Raiders fan. I've watched play-by-play for years. I want to be a sports commentator when I grow up. And yeah, got to get the reps. Got to do it at some point in time. My goals are different than yours. I'm sorry that mine are bigger than yours. That's unfortunate. Unfortunate. Alrighty, so with that being said, we are at game break. 3rd quarter is over. We are heading into the 4th. We actually are the first game maybe to head into the 4th. We are. Miami right now is down 6-24 against the Browns. New England is finally up against the Titans, which I kind of expected. New England has looked good this season, by the way. They are up 31-13 against the Titans. Carolina, not surprised that the score is very low. The Jets defense has looked decently good all season. That offense has not looked good. They're also missing Garrett Wilson. Justin Fields doesn't know how to throw the quarterback or throw the ball. So I get it. They're up 13-3 against the Jets. So Panthers up. New Orleans has finally put 2 touchdowns on the board. 14-23 against the Bears. Rico Dowdle, 41 yards. Not too bad. Philadelphia is up, but unfortunately the Vikings, they're only down by 5 points, 21-16, and it is 2nd and goal, by the way. We also have some slates coming in the afternoon, the 1 o'clock games. I'm surprised. I don't know why there's 2 Monday night games. I don't know why. I never understood why. So, yeah, we have a few games coming into this afternoon slate. We have the Colts versus the Chargers. We have the Giants versus Denver. And we also have Green Bay, Arizona, and Washington, Dallas. So those should actually be some really good afternoon games. But yeah, why did we take out Mahomes? I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it's a close game. I don't know. I know. I like 2 Monday night games, don't get me wrong. It's just, it kind of feels unexpected. I like it, but it's hard to like flip back and forth. By the way, runs to left for Isaiah Pacheco on 2nd and 8. He gets about 2 yards. 3rd down coming up. Well, Mahomes is not in, so he's definitely not stat padding. Gardner Minshew, the former QB for the Raiders last season, started a few games for us last year. Got benched for Aiden O'Connell. Gardner Minshew, Jags legend. Washington State quarterback legend, by the way. Broncos or Giants? Broncos all day. Here we go. 2 wide receivers set out to each side. Gardner Minshew in shotgun position. Noah Gray in motion. There is a flag on the play, and it looks like it might be false start on the offense. Going to bring up 3rd and 11 again. Vincent Kane. I mean, there's been a lot of penalties. I mean, every penalty so far has been pretty much what it's been called. So it's not like a holding call that's like, oh, like that, like you're calling that, but you're not calling this. I mean, every call has been pretty good. I don't think there's been a bad call all game. Oh, you're good. You're good. You're good, Kodak. No, Mahomes is getting benched. It was the thing like someone was like, well, I wonder why Mahomes isn't getting benched. I mean, or like why they are. Yeah, 350 yards. Unfortunately, going to be stopped at 286. By the way, James, what's good? How are you doing, James? Are you excited for your win against the Giants? I think genuinely the Broncos actually do really well against the Giants. I genuinely believe so. No, Bryce Young got sacked. Runs to left for Isaiah Pacheco on 3rd and 11 after a high snap. Going to bring up 4th down. Probably the first time the punting unit is going to come out today for the Chiefs. They've been able to stay alive. Matt Ariza, actually a former Bills punter until the allegations got the best of him. Matt Ariza got picked up by the Chiefs, and he's been a great punter ever since. But yeah, I hope the Colts take the win today. I kind of hope so too. By the way, Jared, what's good? How you doing today? And also, what's good, Vincent? Welcome in. I know, 30 sacks on the season. They're on pace to break the Bears' 86 sack record. Mind you, I mean, they did play the Jets. You know, you kind of have to get lucky each season. You can't have a tough thing. We tried really hard to lose against the Jets. I think it was also the Jets' defense has been pretty decent. So, I would not be surprised if Kenny Pickett actually comes in here solo. I would not be surprised just because of the score. Matt Ariza with the punt. It's going to be... Oh, man, there's going to be a long drive here. This is going to be bounced at the 4-yard line, bounced back to about the 8-yard line here. Yeah, Mahomes is benched. I think most everyone is out right now. Other than maybe someone like Juju, Hollywood Brown. I mean, they have Noah Gray, and so like all the good starters are out. But obviously depth-wise, I mean, they've just been running the ball. They're just trying to kill time, so yeah. But Jared, I'm glad to hear that you're doing good. I'm doing well. Regardless of the score, you know, I'm happy. Regardless, I'm just happy to be here, do play-by-play. But yeah, Samantha, great game by the Chiefs today. They've been a wrecking force to deal with all game. But yeah, Javier, welcome in. But James, I wish you knew well. I want the Broncos to win. I actually think the Broncos can make the Super Bowl this season. I genuinely believe that. One, carried by their defense with still a decently good offense. Gray's really good at that end. I do too. I'm glad they kind of kept him over Skylar Moore, in my opinion. Yeah. Sky Moore was like, he was good, but like, I think Noah Gray, even though that he was more of a rookie with less experience, he was a lot better. And yes, I see the most views on TikTok. Yes, man, we got a lot of people watching in here. No, V, I mean, brother, as much as I hate the refs versus the Chiefs most weeks, it's been a pretty clean game. Clean game. You know what I mean? I don't know if Worthy is... He kind of went out with a hand injury. He kind of came back. I don't think he's in. He's not getting any touches unless it's a jet sweep. Yeah, they sat their starters. Pretty much most of their starters. I mean, maybe like Juju comes in, you know, just because they're wide receiver depth. But yeah, I would have expected that in this fourth quarter. I would have highly expected that, to be honest. But yeah, I was really happy they kept Noah Gray. I think he's a great tight end. He had a great catch today on a little, like, almost like wheel route that was like faking for Smith in the flat route for that halfback screen that they did. And yeah, I think Sean Payton found he needed a little spark at halftime. And not the spark that, you know, not like, come on team, he needed a little spark. Megatron, welcome in. Kelsey got no chance for 1 yard, huh? No, absolutely not. Need a Rashee Rice. Yeah, that's not happening. Rashee Rice is not coming back into this game. Will the Raiders stay at 0? I think we can put up a field goal at least. Yeah. Sean Payton had to go hang out with his high school grandson. Had a little spark at halftime. I'm excited for that game. Excited to see how that one goes. Kelsey's not in. They pulled all their starters, guys. I apologize. I guess I don't really apologize. Geno Smith back to pass. Across the middle, low for Trey Tucker. Pass to 20. Down at the 23-yard line. Gets a first down. Whew. My, oh, my, oh, my. I'm happy that Geno Smith is tall, but he has the Brock Osweiler. He has very much the Brock Osweiler gene, where he's almost like too tall, so he's always throwing down. How tall is Geno? I don't know how tall Geno is. He's tall. He's definitely over 6 foot. My guess is 6'3". Here we go. Geno Smith under center. He is 6'2". Pyramid formation. 2 tight ends to each side. Geno Smith under center. Ian Thomas in motion. Runs to the left for Ashton Genty. Cuts one back. Busts one open. Oh, please. Okay, he's going to get 5. I'm not too mad about it. Not too mad about it. Probably would have gone for like a gain of 1 yard, but he actually gets about a gain of 4. Do you think Kelsey could get 3 more receptions? I don't think so. They pulled all the starters. Holding offense, unfortunately. Going to come back for fantasy owners here. Needed that one. I needed that one big time. Guys, Rashee Rice, Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce, maybe Juju, Hollywood Brown, Xavier Worthy, they all got pulled, by the way. They all got pulled. Yeah, this noon slate, I get it's 10 a.m. for me, by the way, has not been like crazy. I mean, they're all in blowouts pretty much. Other than the Philadelphia Vikings game, that's the only close one. Like 1 score game as of right now. Technically, no, New Orleans is still down by 9. All right, 1st and 20 here. Jack Betch in motion. Geno Smith in shotgun, trying to get some yards. Raheem Mostert picks it up to the boundary. Oh, Dante, you got to look for that, man. Dante Thornton in triple coverage. I'm not mad about the pass. I think just Dante Thornton didn't get wide enough on his fade. He stayed too much on the numbers. Damn. By the way, Brian, welcome in. Brian Bermudez. Thank you so much for hitting that follow button. Welcome to the nation. Welcome to the rescue on the internet. I don't think I'm ever going to see my team win a playoff game. It'll happen at one point. It might happen like 2032, but yeah. Oh, is Drake May out? Did he get hurt? No, my MVP. Well, technically Baker's my MVP. Geno Smith. Yeah, screenplay got broken up there very quickly. Did Drake May get hurt? Patrick Mahomes MVP, you're fucking diabolical. Let me look up Drake May. Definitely in the conversation. Stats are not everything. If you're looking at stats, you're a box score watcher. I'm not seeing anything about it. Oh, he does return. He did return after a scary injury, it looked like. I know. Baker doesn't play good tomorrow. Patrick Mahomes is MVP. I don't actually think so. I mean, you can look at this game as like, oh man, he threw like 3 touchdowns, right? But again, if it's a blowout, I think you also look at it like, is that like a blowout because of him? You know? Threw for 300 yards, 3 touchdowns. So yeah, the stats look great. No interceptions, right? Played good. Yeah, it is a blowout. Slow, I apologize. It's not happening, unfortunately. Patrick Mahomes is not top 10 for like the first few weeks. Did Mahomes need Rice? Rice did have 2 touchdowns today. Played very well. Played very, very, very well. Punt is away. Going to be caught at the 25-yard line. Brought back out to the 30. So, by the way, Mario, welcome in. Yeah, so let me tell you guys here. This is what's going to happen. There are a lot of starters out. I'll let you guys know who's in because I know a lot of you guys have parlays or anything like that. I'll let you guys know who's in. It seems like the starters are out. So yeah. Because don't get me wrong, like Daniel Jones had a great season. He's not the MVP of the Colts. Jonathan Taylor's the MVP of the Colts. Drake Mays had an all-time season for the Patriots. He's an MVP caliber quarterback. Baker Mayfield, with less, has done way more than any quarterback would. And he's kept teams in games, game-winning drives in 5 of their 6 games, right? Baker Mayfield is MVP right now, right? He has to. He is. Josh Allen has played great. I mean, he's also lost the last 2, also because of him. The Atlanta game is kind of a scary loss for them, so how does he bounce back? Obviously, Lamar's not in there. He's obviously out. Justin Herbert, he's played well, even without 2 of his starting tackles. Is he in the conversation, right? Is he top 5? In my opinion, he is. Yes and no. Mike Evans has been out for a handful of weeks. Emeka Egbuka is a rookie receiver who's probably better than, I would say, probably all the receivers for the Colts. Yeah, Patrick Mahomes is not winning MVP this season. I'm going to say that right now. I will let you guys know if they pull starters. We're in game break right now. We're at commercial after a punt. Look at his stats. If you're a stat watcher, you're diabolical. If you are a stat watcher, you are diabolical. Azolo, I'm a Raiders fan, by the way. Baker Mayfield is MVP. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers don't win as many games as they do. They'd be a 2-4, if not a 1-5 team if it weren't for Baker. Baker Mayfield is by far the MVP. Makes a lot of sense, right? Salty Raiders fan. Don't get me wrong, Patrick Mahomes is great. He did not play great the first 3 weeks, right? Did not play great. Looked like a top 15, maybe top 25 quarterback, right? On top of that, he's top 5 MVP in my opinion. He's had a few good games. Gardner Minshew in. Smith is in. You could say it's because I'm a Raiders fan. I also think Bo Nix is a great quarterback. I think the Broncos are going to be a great playoff team. I want the Broncos to win this week. I want the Chargers to win this week. I don't have to explain my intentions every time. James stole my room. Oh my goodness, he's watching the games. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go, James. And the Broncos game is important to watch, Gabby. Okay? It's important to watch. Patrick Mahomes is not in the game. So here's who's in, by the way. We have Gardner Minshew at quarterback. Noah Gray's been in. Robert Tonyan has been in. Number 80, Tyquan Thornton is in. Smith, running back, is in. Number 11, Jalen Royals is in. Betting odds don't mean anything, man. You're not a real fan if you go for other teams in our division. I'm just a sports fan that likes the Raiders. You could say as much as you want, but man, I love good football. And I love this Chargers team. I want to see them succeed. I'm an Oregon fan. I like Justin Herbert. I'm a Bo Nix fan. I like Bronco because of that. Am I from Nevada? I'm from Washington State, actually. Raiders are losing right now, Amanda. That is what they're doing. Yeah, so none of the starters are in, by the way. I mean, other than maybe linemen, I would say. I'm not too sure, but they're just going to be running this. They're just trying to run out the clock the entire time. So, yeah, run up the middle. Starters are not in. If anyone asks, the starters are not in. It is 31-0. If you're asking yourself if the starters are in, they have unpadded, and they are taking the first trip back home, by the way. That's true. I love the Niner. I really wanted them to win that Super Bowl. I like Brock Purdy. I mean, he hasn't had the greatest season so far. I mean, I guess he also hasn't played a whole lot. Mac Jones has been McCorkle. I'm a big Raiders fan because of my dad. I guess not necessarily because I'm Latino, but obviously a lot of pride in that for sure. Opinions on the Chiefs. I mean, don't get me wrong. They did not look good the first 3 weeks. Travis Kelce and Patrick Mahomes were not on the same page. Rashid Rice is back, which I like to see. I have him on my fantasy. I did not put him in, but luckily both receivers that I have in have actually scored more points than Rashee Rice. So I'm happy about that. I'll see how Drake London does tonight or tomorrow. Right. But you're Latina. So, like, who are your teams, by the way, Gabriella? Who are your teams, Gabby? But, I mean, the Chiefs look strong. Chiefs look strong. Having Rashee Rice, I mentioned it in my storylines this week as well, that Rashee Rice is going to be huge because of his gravitational pull, just because he is wide receiver 1. You obviously have a deep threat with Xavier Worthy a lot of the time, Tyquan Thornton even, but Travis Kelce, Noah Gray, they're a good 1-2 punch. But having Rashee Rice, having a true wide receiver 1 back is great, man. And especially for the Chiefs, I think they needed it. I still have no idea what Chris Jones is doing. I think it's been, especially after that game against the Jags, looked very frustrating. Don't get me wrong, the Jags have a great defense. However, it did look a little rocky for the most part. By the way, Scotty Carroll, what is good? Great to see you in here. Well, you know what? The Bears are winning. The Dolphins are not winning, but you at least have one team winning. So yeah, no starters on, but that's my opinion on the Chiefs. I would not be surprised, depending on how divisional matchups go, most importantly. I think that's going to be huge, especially in their second outing with the Chargers and the Denver Broncos, how that will go. I think the Broncos defense will actually give this Chiefs team a run for its money. I do. I don't know about I think the Chiefs could beat the Chargers if they were to face them again later in the season, barring any major injury, to quarterback or, obviously any big receiver. But that's kind of what I'm looking at now. But yeah, born and raised in Spokane. You saw Mike Ditka and Dan Marino were like, that's my team. Almost a block punt by Matt Ariza here. Punt is away. I haven't been really getting any play-by-play, but Alex Backman with the return. Going to be fair caught at the Raiders' 14-yard line, I believe. But yeah, divisional matchup are going to be huge, especially for these Chiefs. I think the Chargers will lose to them again, but I think the Broncos will beat them. Did the Broncos play them already this season? I thought the Broncos had 3 divisional matchups to start up the season. Maybe I was wrong by that. Maybe it was the Chargers. Maybe they haven't played them yet. Maybe I'm just absolutely fibbing myself. Yeah, they have not played the Broncos. They played them in week 17 and week 7, 8, 9, 10. Week 10. Okay. By the way, the team who beat the 0-5 team by 2. Yeah. Jets have a really good defense still. Yes, the Raiders do have a bye week next week, by the way. So there will be no watch party in week 8. I'm hopefully going to invite the boys over, order some pizza, have some fun watching all the slates and whatnot. My papa, stepdad, and cousin are probably not happy about the Raiders score. I can imagine your stepdad being... He's the Samoan dude, right? That I met at your guys' engagement party. Okay, yeah. I could definitely see him being a Raiders fan. I feel like a lot of Samoans are very like West Coast, like Rams, 49ers. I don't see too many Samoan Seahawk fans. I see a lot of Raiders, I guess when they were Oakland too. Big drive coming. Who got injured? I didn't actually see if there was anyone injured. My game break might have happened too quick. So I do apologize. I haven't been giving you guys the play-by-play. It is commercial break right now. Week 8, you guys play the Bills. Oh, that was going to be an interesting one. But I love how we have not been able to see like who a good team is. You know what I mean? Like the Bengals beat the freaking Steelers. I get it that the Steelers have put up like 30 points like on defense every time. It's been pretty bad. But like the Bengals, man. Kelsey's, yeah, no. Unfortunately, Kelsey's not coming back to this game. Unfortunately. All the starters for the Kansas City Chiefs are pulled. Okay? Do I need to write this down by chance? I think I might need to write this down because a lot of you guys keep asking this. Let me go ahead and put this down here, okay? Let me do text. Let me go here. Chiefs starters pulled. There we go. We'll go ahead and resize this here. We'll go ahead and start. We'll do this. We'll do that. Just for you guys. Because I know a lot of people are asking how it's going to look here. Kenny Pickett fumbles a handoff. Kenny Pickett fumbles a handoff with Dylan Laube, and that is a fumble for the Chiefs defense, by the way. We should start Kenny Pickett, guys. I wish I could pin comments right now. Kenny Pickett fumbles a snap, guys. Are the Chiefs cheating on this game too? No score on the Raiders. Of course they're cheating, right? No. I mean, it's been a clean game. All the calls have been what the calls are. And Kenny Pickett, 2 gloves, Kenny fumbles. Where are the Raiders that said we should cut Geno and start Kenny Pickett? Where are the Raiders now? Pete Carroll looks like he's having an aneurysm on the sideline. Oh, hyena, dude. It is bad right now. Kenny Pickett was in, by the way. We were actually going to play Kenny Pickett. Now it's Gardner Minshew and the Chiefs backups. And they might do another one. I apologize. Not 3 interceptions, no 6 sacks. Thank you, Robin. I appreciate it. Sunkin, thank you so much for the... What gift is that? Thank you so much for the one, disco gift, Sunkin. What gift was that? Sunkin, great to see you in here, by the way. Thank you so much for tuning in. I gotta check in. Crystal Rose, thank you so much for the Crystal Rose. And Isaiah Palomeo is down with an injury. Kelsey blew your parlay. I think it was just the Chiefs offense doing too good that blew your parlay. If this game was actually close, probably would have kept in. Oh, it's okay, Patrick. I hold no hard feelings. Raiders win or lose, I'm still the same guy. I'm not a guy that lets my sports teams dictate how happy I am. Are the Raiders even trying? They are trying, but I don't exactly know what they're trying. You get it from gifting 1 rose a day for 3 days. Oh, really cool. Very cool. Still 10 on the season, Jaden. They got to get rid of Geno. We need a QB bad. Oh, man. I love how everyone has the exact same thing to say. At least he's honest. I mean, this is just me. I've been a sports fan for a long time. I love football. I love basketball. I genuinely do not understand how people dictate their happiness based on their sports team. I genuinely do not understand it. I used to be like it for a while. Where I'd be like, oh, man, mind you, a lot of Raiders games used to be really close, right? But it genuinely, I think a lot of people need to look themselves in the mirror a lot of the time and be like, this cannot dictate my happiness. Especially a lot of people have kids, right? Their husband, their wives, right? They have people that matter to them. You know what I mean? Why did the Raiders give up on Devontae Adams? One thing that I did not like 2 seasons ago, I understand last season, I think you trade him for picks, right? You kind of have to. The other side of it is you trade him for picks because you are a selling team. He is your biggest asset, right? You got to get him for something while he's still good. So, yeah. I know. I thought the Colts game was actually pretty bad, too. Gardner Minshew in shotgun position here. 3 wide receivers out to the right, 1 to the left. Run up to the left for Smith. Surprising. Surprising that we see another Brashard Smith run. Is Pat sitting? Yes. Guys, please look at... You guys see. Chiefs starters have been pulled. They have been pulled. Patrick Mahomes is a starting quarterback. So, yeah. Here's the thing. Oh, did I... Oh, sorry. You're right. Thank you. Didn't even realize. Thank you for noticing that. Chief starters pool is what I meant to say. Thank you guys for noticing that. But another Brashard Smith run up the middle here. By the way, Micro Sucks, thank you so much for that follow and welcome in to the nation. Welcome to the realest community on the internet. Do I think that Patrick Mahomes deserves the MVP? I think he's working his way back up into the conversation. Do I think that he's deserving the MVP through week 7? Absolutely not. Mind you, game last week looked really good against Detroit, looked obviously really good against the Raiders defense. Most teams probably look really good against the Raiders defense, right? I think my top 3 right now are Baker Mayfield, 1, Jonathan Taylor, 2. Patrick Mahomes is probably sitting 4. I probably put Matthew Stafford at 3 right now, in my opinion. That's who I probably put as my top 4, maybe 5. If I put 5, Patrick could go 5. If I were to put 4, like, I could put Drake May in there. And this is based on how teams have played. Like, if it's a close game, like if it's a 13-10 game, there's only 2 touchdowns that have been scored, right? You can't look at touchdowns from a passing standpoint, rushing standpoint, right? You can look at how much they've scored, right? Certainly. But again, if you're facing a good defense and you're still finding a way to win, like Baker Mayfield has with the team that he's had, especially last week, oh my God. Yeah, Kenny fumbled on first snap. Kenny Pickett came in and fumbled immediately. Ashton Jeanty is not in anymore. It's Dylan Laube. Kenny Pickett's rolled out to Jack Betch. He gets about a 7-yard gain. But that would probably be my top 5 so far. I think I could change. Like, I really like Matthew Stafford, man. Really, really like Matthew Stafford. He has played well. And, I mean, mind you, they lose the game a few weeks ago, and it's not his fault. You know what I mean? It's not his fault. Broncos score against the Giants. I think it's going to be 28-17. By the way, Dylan Laube run to the right on 2nd and 3 here. That's a long 2nd and 3. But yes, AJ, Rashee Rice is pulled. He is a starting wide receiver. Yes. Do I think we start Kenny Pickett? I don't think you do. And sure, in this garbage time in 4 or 5 minutes, I think he's probably going to look okay. Because, yeah, the defense is probably also playing their second strings too. DPOY, I want Max Crosby to win it. He's always kind of been in that conversation. I mean, you got Myles Garrett, TJ Watt, all of that. Pat Surtain. It's hard to win back-to-back if you're a cornerback, in my opinion. 3rd and 3, flat route for Dylan Laube, goes nowhere, brings up 4th down. I think you punted away again. By the way, heading out to get ice cream. I'll be looking for a while. Bailey, thank you so much for the lurk, and thank you so much again for your support as always. Right now, there's not like one person that sticks out to me. I mean, I would like to see Jared Verse, maybe, not because my name's Jared. And I don't know. That Dallas Raiders game is going to be just like a 35. Nick Bonito, I really like. I think he's one person that I think could put himself up there. I don't think he gets the recognition that he deserves. I really like him. Number 15 for Broncos defense. Definitely leading that defense for sure. I mean, man, they've had like 6 guys that have got like a 2.5 sacks apiece. I like Cam Miller. I don't think he's NFL ready, though. And I'm not trying to be stubborn about it. I think he's good, but I don't think he's NFL ready. By the way, Eyes and Dom, thank you so much for hitting that follow button. Welcome in to the nation. Welcome to the Risk on the internet. That's a good argument with the MVP situation that's respectful right now with how the Chiefs are doing. I mean, here's the thing. You can't just like put someone into the conversation because they played well for 1 week, right? You can't just do that. You can't also take someone out because they played bad for 1 week. Like Josh Allen, mind you, he's had 2 really bad weeks. I understand that like he probably gets bumped a little bit. I get it. Baker Mayfield's looked good. He's had 5 game-winning drives out of 6 weeks. The only loss that he had was, you know, on a game-winning drive that ended up not going his way against the Eagles, right? It's hard not to put him at number 1. Why can't I stream it? Because it's illegal, TK. I don't have broadcast rights to the game. Victory formation for the Chiefs right now. I think the Broncos will win it. Yes. But yeah, Geno might actually look really good against the Cowboys. But I guess most people look really good against the Cowboys. Give me a good reason by Chivas why Kenny should start. Dart just got replaced Wilson. We could have the same thing. You're not trading a $30 million contract right now. You're just not. How do people stream other games? Because they're not putting their face and their likeness with it. And they stream it because they can for a little bit, and then it usually gets taken down. It sucks to suck, Carlos. I'm sorry. Sorry to hear that. The thing is that Dart's actually a good quarterback. That's the one thing, Dallin. Sander, thank you so much for hitting that follow button. No, certainly, TK. I think if he continues to put up numbers, I mean, if we're looking at the Chiefs schedule coming up. Commanders, absolutely, like, they probably look really good against them. That, I hope, is a close game. I want to see how the Commanders play this week, because the Commanders are playing against Dallas, which I guess will be kind of hard because Jaden Daniels will probably throw for a crap ton against that secondary. On the other side of it, you have the Bills coming up. Then you have the Broncos. Then you have the Colts. So if he continues to keep it up, very well could. Not true. JSPN streams every game every week. Well, can't do it. I don't own any broadcast rights. Maybe he does. Cam Miller's good. Here's the thing. If you watch preseason, he had one good game. One good game. Against, again, second stringers, third stringers. He did not look good in preseason game 2. He did not look good in preseason game 3. He just didn't. He just didn't. By the way, Lorenzo Sanchez, great to see you in here. Thank you so much for that follow button. Welcome to the nation. Welcome to the realest community on the internet. Great to see you in here. Yeah, I wonder how the Niners will do. They've been hanging in there too. They've lost about every single good player on defense. I mean, they're still kind of beat up from the wide receiver standpoint. I mean, Ricky Pearsall's out. Brandon Ayuk hasn't came back yet. Have I ever witnessed a playoff Raiders win? I've been alive for a playoff Raiders win. I'm 24, so I wasn't watching, but I was alive for it. Junior, thank you so much for hitting that follow button. I don't think Geno gets benched. I don't think so. Genuinely, I don't think so. And he won't for the entire season. I think if you're a Raiders fan, you have to understand he's not getting benched this entire season. You're paying him too much money to sit on the bench or get cut. He's a good enough quarterback to figure it out. Is he the problem? He wasn't the problem this week. I can tell you that. Took a sack here or there. But man, we had no time on the field. The offense could not get going. Well, Victor, we could talk about that. I'm not the one that makes the calls. You're not the one that makes the calls. The Giants bench Wilson, they're playing him. Well, they're playing Jackson Dart because Jackson Dart is a good quarterback. If you watch Jackson Dart at Ole Miss and anything that he's done there, he's a good quarterback. I would like a lot of people during the draft process were like, man, like, oh, like not Shadur, but they draft Jackson Dart. Yeah, I mean, the Chiefs had a great game, man. They're doing victory formation at this point. They're just letting the clock run out. They'll probably end up punting it or some sort. I'm not too sure. Yeah, the cycle, I know. I was excited. I thought that this team could go 10-7, especially after that first week against the Pats. Like, and the Pats have looked good. I mean, defensively, they looked a little iffy, but offensively, they've kind of clicked. By the way, Valet, yes. But yeah. This is what I would like to see, and I don't exactly know if it will happen. I don't know if this change will happen, especially with this bye week. I don't exactly know what you do into the bye week here, to be honest. But this is just me, right? Geno doesn't get the chance to audible a whole lot. Geno does not get a chance to audible really any play at all. And I would like to see them open that door for him a little bit more. AP is a nice coach, but I think you would have still been in the same merry-go-round of a cycle. Unfortunately, I loved AP. I did. I did not like the Josh McDaniels. The Josh McDaniels signing was fucking awful. I hated it. You have too much faith in Geno. Why would you say that? But yeah, I like Pete Carroll's definitely a better head coach than Josh McDaniels. But Josh McDaniels is a better offensive coordinator than most people out there. I know the freaking emails got everyone, man, Marvin. It was bad. That's why you draft someone other than a running back in the first round. That's crazy. Watch party? I mean, we were watching the party. Do you not know what a watch party is, Savant? It's unfortunate. Yeah, the hard part is that it is big money. It is. I did like the AP energy, to be honest. I did. That's awesome, JT. A big Baker fan here, my guy. Especially that drive, 99 yards when he was on the Rams, got picked up like just that week, had the Thursday night game and drove 99 yards. I love it. I know. I love John Gruden, man. This draft year, I know. I don't think so either. Maybe things will look a little different towards the back end of the college season and obviously into the playoffs and whatnot. So yeah, hey, Droober, what's good? Welcome in. I think it's a mix of both, Cassidy. The Raiders defense did not look great today. They did not. Patrick Mahomes and that offense, they stayed on the field. Maybe got bailed out with a few penalties, obviously just by our defense, which you can't blame anyone but our defense. This was my thought. Going into the season, I thought we had a easier first half of the season than we did have a second half of the season. And, I mean, if you're looking at the Raiders season right now, I mean, you have the Pats, you're like, okay, maybe you could win. Chargers early week, and maybe still win there. Commanders maybe don't look as good as, I mean, the Bears, you're thinking maybe a new head coach, week 4, maybe they struggle. Colts, I thought were going to be awful this season. I genuinely thought we're going to be so awful this season. I thought Daniel Jones and like that whole QB competition was going to be awful. I thought the Jaguars were going to be bad this season. I understand their defense is usually pretty good. Their offense looked decently well last season, but I just thought it was going to be a jumble, new head coach. I thought it was going to be real bad. Back half of the season is actually looking decently nice. You have the Cowboys. Browns defense is usually pretty strong, which it is most seasons. Texans is a little iffy. That will be a really good game because the Texans will probably still be pushing for a playoff position. The Giants have looked good. I think the season is over at least in a playoff push, if you know what I mean. I think so. But JD, thank you so much for hitting that follow button. Are you not happy because your team is losing? What did I say that I was unhappy? I've been nothing but happy. Is it actually 100 total yards? It's actually diabolical. 100 total yards? That's actually 94 because of the 2 kneel downs. Oh, that's crazy. Exactly, Drew. Guys, I'm going to be completely honest. I'm going to be honest with you guys about all the streaming stuff, all these watch parties. I know that we have a lot of people, especially that come into these streams that are, you know, opposing fans or Raiders haters or, you know, obviously Raiders fans. And I'm very grateful to anyone that joins into these streams. I am not one that dictates my happiness based on a team losing. I'm here to give play-by-play. I'm happy if the Raiders win. I'm okay if the Raiders lose. It happens. I understand that this team had so much potential, right? Had so much potential coming into the season. You know, what does Ashton Genty look like? Brock Bowers went down with an injury after week 1, pretty much. Hasn't looked the same. What was the, you know, potential this season? If you are dictating your happiness based on your team losing, I understand if it's happiness. I get it, right? You're happy that your team won. I am not one to let my happiness and my day be influenced by my team winning or losing. And you shouldn't either. And I hope that you guys understand that those external factors don't mean shit. Because at the end of the day, what matters is your internal peace, your happiness, what matters to you. If that is the game, great. Let it be that. But the Raiders just lost 0-31. I'm happy I get the chance to do something like this every single week. I'm happy that I get the opportunity to do this play-by-play. I could be homeless. I could have no money. I cannot go chase my dreams, right? I get to do this every single week. And I'm happy I get to. I don't have to do this, but I have the opportunity to do this every single week. Regardless of if the Raiders are good, regardless if the Raiders win, lose, they're bad. Geno Smith throws 3 picks. He throws 5 picks. I get to do this. I don't have to do this. It's okay. And to anyone that says like, oh my gosh, like belt to ass, it's great. I love it. Thank you guys for joining in. I love to have a conversation about anything going on. You know, we talk about Geno Smith. Is he getting benched? What does the coaching staff look like next week? We obviously go into a bye. What does Mark Davis do? You know, sell the team, right? I'm happy that I get to do this. There's a lot of people out there that don't get the opportunity to go chase their dreams. I want to be a sports commentator one day. I got to get the reps to do that. I got to show myself that I get to do that. Every single week I get to do this, okay? So thank you guys again so much for being here. I love you guys. To all of you guys who are following, you guys are the real ones. To all you guys showing up every single week, I appreciate you guys because this is so much fun, man. I appreciate this every single week. I get to do something like this where I get to commentate these games. And to all the people, you know, get to sit behind their screens, get to say whatever they want. Don't worry, I'm just like you. I do the same thing. It's very innate. It's very habitual with social media. There's no shame in doing it. You can say what you want about me. You can say what you want about other people on the stream. Because guess what? There's no shame in doing that. There really isn't. And don't worry, I'm just like you guys. I do the same thing. I get to sit behind a screen. And I say the things that I get to say. I want to say. It's a dunked or be dunked on world. Right? So with that, thank you guys. I appreciate you guys so much for being here. And most importantly, to all you guys with some hating words, I wish you had some thick skin like me. Because none of your guys' words get to me. I cry because I'm emotional because I love this stuff. I'm passionate about this stuff. This is something that I would like to do. And I hope that you guys get to chase your dreams. And I hope that you guys get the opportunity to go do something great with your life. Instead of clicking on a keyboard behind your screens. And I hope that you guys do something great with your life. I'm wishing you well. I'm praying for you guys. And most importantly, I appreciate you guys so much for being here. Drewbert, you're my guy. You always will be my guy. And with that being said, I love you guys. To all you guys with the love, I appreciate you. To all my Raiders fans out there, you guys tune in every single week. I appreciate you guys. Next week, there will be no live stream just because the Raiders bye will be going on. So I wish you guys well. And most importantly, I hope that you guys have a great week. I hope you guys' team won. You know, we obviously have a great afternoon slate, by the way. Super great afternoon slate. Looks like most games are pretty much wrapped up. That Carolina game, depending on if they score a field goal, will probably wrap that game up. But great afternoon slate, great evening slate, and Monday night slate. So with that being said, get some 07s up in chat. I'll see you guys in the next stream. Hope that you guys have a great week. Hopefully you guys have everything great in your life. Hopefully the weather's good wherever you live. I know it might be snowing in some places now. So with that being said, I'll see you guys later. 07 and peace. Peace.